this time I remember to actually talk once Discord connected. I am Shawnee7188. I am joined by Dreamy, and we are going to be our commentators for this bronze medal, basically Stars Tournament match. We are now nearing the end. It's razorflamekun versus Resonaire. We're having both of them counted down right now. Man, it has been a long tournament. It's been a while since I talked about this game, so I am absolutely hyped. Everyone else should be. So yeah, we're getting them counted down. I have to wait a little bit longer before I do my normal spiel, because I have to wait for them to start. So I have it sort of timed out for about 2 minutes worth of 2 minutes worth of explanation. All right, cool. Wait, did Curry? Oh, I see. You did that.
Yeah, I joined in and it had a little bit of a moment. It's like, what are you doing? This is my thing.
Yeah, Currybot is a great countdown. We don't have to worry about you don't hear a bunch of typing. Again, I'm joined by Dreamy. Thank you for co-commentating with me because apparently everyone else is at work.
Yeah, all these people are gonna miss out on a great match today. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, to anyone who's watching the VOD later, you missed out on an amazing set of matches. I can say that right now. Both these runners are really, really great. So I assume they're going to be going. This is stream lag we're waiting for.
Yeah, just a little bit of delay. The tournament has been a lot more eventful than I think a lot of people probably would have expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is kind of bizarre because I think Razor, at the start of the tournament, really never played the PlayStation 1 speedrun-wise, and Resonaire came out of nowhere. So all of a sudden, it's like this is the bronze medal match. We've had a lot of people throughout the tournament. I think we had 15 in total or something for brand new runners.
Yeah, I think there's Chai's in the finals, Resonaire, RFK were all people I pretty much had never heard of coming into this tournament.
And you've been around for a while, but you never really not as much practice, but like you just never really did too many runs, if any. Like, you're plump a percent, obviously. But so this is Azure Dreams. It is a PS1 roguelike mystery dungeon style game. This is where my normal spiel comes in. This is the only floor which is going to be the same. But this is a roguelike game, and everything's procedurally generated. This is a fixed seed tournament. So that means both runners will actually be playing the exact same tower, which is made possible by Programmer, our local mad scientist, who somehow managed to break apart the game to the point where there's so many things you can do now.
Yeah, shout out to Programmer, our wonderful patron who has made this all possible. Tournaments before him were a lot more swingy, thanks to the RNG gods, and we finally got a way to make everything more or less fair.
Yeah, because before it was like, oh wow, it's like, you know, using Razor as the example, like Razor stepped into a monster den and died, and then we used to have it as there's no re-entries. This tournament, you're allowed re-entries. It's a 1 hour time limit and how high you can get in the tower. With the fixed seed tournament is Resonaire will possibly also step on the same monster den. So now instead of just basing it off who has better luck in the tower from some of our previous tournaments, now we have it down to basically we can see the individual play styles. I think Resonaire tried to go for the tech skip there and missed. It looks like going left and right. Okay. Oh no! Razor, you walked one forward.
Bad. I did that one time this tournament too. It's not fun.
Yeah, it feels bad.
But yeah, so there is a little bit of an element of strategy and luck in this particular tournament because of the re-entry. If they do re-enter, they will face the same tower, but if one of them re-enters and one of them doesn't, then they'll be on a different path. And so the idea... RFK decided to immediately throw the wooden wand on instead of waiting, and it looks like he's going to get a little bit punished for it. But going back to what I was saying, that if they end up with a lot of... Oh, wow!
Wow.
So Rezo takes a bad crit and loses his starting familiar to a flame. So this is going to play into a little bit what I was about to say, in that he's just going to take the death.
Yeah, honestly, probably the best thing to do.
But I don't know, man. I think he probably should have at least used the flame ball and gone for the wind crystal. But
What was there one crystal they picked up?
they didn't, but it's usually pretty common in the first 5, I find. So I've had to make this decision a couple times in this tournament. That essentially if you get a bad run in the first 5, but you do find a wind crystal, it's a pretty decent strategy to just jump out and try again, and hope that you get a better set on the second time. It's not always going to work out, but if you know, like if you... Okay. It's not...
It doesn't work that way. It's within a range.
Yeah, so poison is an AoE spell. That's what he was trying to do. It just wasn't as big as he thought it was. So we're seeing a little bit of bad luck for both of these runners at the start here. It's going to be interesting to see how each of these two play, because I imagine both of them is going to feel a little behind at this point.
Yeah, also the cursed wooden wand is really problematic as well, and that's probably why Resonaire did opt to take the death, because otherwise if you found the wind crystal, like that'd be taking time, or you can just straight up, pick the death from the flame, you get the cursed wind wand out, and you have Queenie back. And it'd probably be quicker overall just to do that and bank on good items on this floor.
Yeah,
I hate seeing floor 1 turned around. That really
yeah,
bugs me.
that's a little unpleasant. So I made a choice like that at one point. I don't think it's actually a choice. I think I died to bad luck, re-entered, thinking, oh, it's fine, I'll pick some stuff up in the first 5, and you're actually down a floor on the first 5 because you're going to get the Gosh floor. And so you actually only get 3 real floors, because first floor is pretty rare to find anything good to actually try and get like a decent weapon and shield. And it's tough, so as underrated, as not well rated as the copper sword and the moon shield are, it's a whole lot better than nothing.
Yep.
Which is why I think he probably should have tried to play it out a bit. Because you never know if RFK is doing well and there was Stream 1 Diamond Shield on the 3rd floor or something like that, you're going to kick yourself later that you jumped out.
He almost... That's why I don't like having floor 1 turn around there. He almost actually ran off the side there.
Yeah.
Checking the side, 2 pieces of copper, and a Leamford. That might be worth going back for.
I would probably
He's debating.
Oh, he's going to say no.
Alright, we'll see if he could have gotten out of a situation there with a Leamford. We'll judge him harshly.
That's brave. That is braver than
I would go back for a Leamford.
So would I. So normally I would advocate for fighting him just because it gives you, I think almost 100% of the time there, it's going to give you the wind crystal on top of the
it's 25%.
I think programmers said it's actually higher if you haven't found a wind crystal yet.
Oh, okay. Well, again, if programmer says something, I'm going to absolutely say yes, because...
I could be remembering wrong. I actually need to pull up the chat. I don't know why I don't have it open. But I think I remember having that conversation at one point where he told me that it's higher if you don't have one. And I found in the tournaments, matches at least, that I got one, I think, every time except for 1.
Oh, this is such a slow tactic to take out a Cyclone, but it's the safest thing to do when you're level 1. I
actually like this.
Yeah.
I like
he probably should change AI 1, throw Queenie, do some damage. And we should be neglecting what's happening on Razor's side, but Razor is actually quite comfortable right now. Just wooden wand, curse be damned, but it's a lot of damage though there. But
yeah, that's the thing with this this game and speedrunning, is that the first 5 are a little bit of just a loot run, so it's not super interesting, short of really bad things happening, like what's going on with Resonaire.
Yeah. I would...
Yeah, this is why I think it would be better off to look for the wind crystal, because yeah, like you do so little damage without a weapon that it's so easy to get in these positions. I think he's gonna be leaving again.
Oh, he got his second level.
He does get the level up. There we go. Good stuff.
Queenie does not, though, because Queenie was a little bit of experience behind, I think. Or
It's
did it
dead.
level up?
I should have just whacked it. It didn't take damage, which meant it was at 1 HP.
Yeah. Okay, so that's really nice.
Poison ball value.
Yeah, a very underutilized item, and just to point out, if Razor were to die in the tower and re-enter, this tower you see on Resonaire's side. Ooh, a Scarlet
there we go.
And a Steel Shield.
Yeah, that's an absolute.
Not cursed and not cursed from the time it looks. I didn't see. That might be worth the re-entry alone.
Yeah.
Because you can now see he's just going to be slugging for a lot of damage.
He's also only 1 floor behind, so this actually kind of worked out for him.
Yeah. And then you can see what? Yeah, 24 damage at level 3.
Yeah.
And we know Wind Crystal from Razor.
Was he in a bad spot there? I didn't even see.
Yeah, looks like he just opted to leave.
I don't hate it. I think if you're sitting on a cursed weapon.
Ooh, double
He's
fire.
got a lot of balls though. And a Holy Bell Olim. He actually had a solid set of items. I don't know that I would have. I
don't see what the circumstance was that opted him to leave, but honestly, leaving and coming in with the balls already identified is really useful as well, because then you will automatically know their value. So as a fire 5 and a fire 7, that's a good 12 fireballs that you know how much value there is there.
I don't like coming in without a Peter Fruit though.
Yeah, that's the odd thing. Is like you'll get to before 6 or 7 before you really.
I would probably drop the shield at that point for the fruit. I think I did that, in fact, in one of my matches, and I didn't end up finding a shield for like 20 floors. It was unpleasant.
Absolutely. In chat says, new to the stream, any quick rundown of this game and how far they're into the run. This is a best of 3. Every round is 1 hour capped, because theoretically you can just, it's never been done completely yet, but you can technically earthquake throughout the entire tower, and that'd take a very, very long time per match. So we try to get as high as we can into the 40 floor max tower, or 40 floor tower. And right now we can see Resonaire's on floor 4, and razorflamekun re-entered, and he's on floor 1. Eventually the progression of the floors will go a lot slower or a lot quicker based on how the RNG and procedurally generated floors generate and how lucky they are on that one. As for the rundown of this game, basically it's a roguelike game on the PS1. It's honestly a lightning in a bottle mystery dungeon game where pretty much everyone who has played it loves it, but also everyone who played it never had anyone else to play it with growing up in our community, apparently. And we have a Discord where a bunch of people all got together, and we're nearing 500 members, I think, right now.
Holy cow.
Yeah, but yeah, that's, what happened to razorflamekun? Oh, I think he just never changed his AI back. Yeah, he was on AI 1, he left the room.
That happens.
But as for the whole thing in general, this is, like I said, a best of 3. This is the bronze medal match for the tournament from the link that was posted by the SpeedGaming bot there. And yeah, if there's any other questions, we can always answer more nitty-gritty details. But otherwise, we're just going to be commentating on the match and just chewing the fat for a while. Kids still say that now, right? I assume they do.
Oh no.
So it is a semi-completion. If someone were to get to floor 40 first, they would get the point. And we have seen it in this tournament and previous tournaments, people actually beat the game in one go. it's just extremely unlikely. But this is the Stars tournament, not like saying it's like a differential thing. But in 1 hour time limit, people are going to be
Another
this is basically an entire tournament dedicated to new runners of this game. All the veterans who have a sub-hour time on the leaderboard for any percent have been banned. So this is like a bronze medal match for basically all the new runners, but I don't want to demean anyone in this tournament by saying, oh, they're new, they couldn't compete with the veterans. No, a lot of people now could compete with the veterans of our community.
Man, yeah. Like Chai and Rizzo, I feel like if they play in like a real tournament, they'll do.
There's also some other person in the finals, which apparently is undefeated in the tournament.
Yep. So both sides of the bracket, they had one player go undefeated the entire way through, and the finals are two people who were undefeated playing against each other. So yeah. It's going to be a really good one to watch. If you guys want to tune in, you absolutely should. There's a Pita Fruit for Rezo.
Trap Scroll's useless. Wind Crystal? Honestly, if he doesn't have one, I would take that.
Yeah, in this tournament, I was always very diligent about, like, I need to pick one up. We did see on both sides that they did fight Gosh, and both had the option to pick up a Wind Crystal. It looks like Sandai confirmed that if you have not enough Wind Crystals, it's not necessarily higher, but it'll re-roll for you to try and get it again. So it's like a higher chance overall.
Ooh. Eggy. So Resonaire did lose the option for the Plumpa fusion and stuff like that, but Resonaire also managed to pick up a Scarlet one. So yeah, I'm kind of torn about that because I really do love the water Queenie strats. Is when you fuse or turn Queenie into water and get a stream wand, you tend to do a little bit better in the tower for having average attack. But having a Scarlet wand and just being a little bit more careful, honestly, I think would balance it out to the point where I don't think I care either situation. No, this was made by Konami. There was a Game Boy Color version, which we also have the speedrunning community in our Discord. It's a very different game, but very similar game. It's a very neat run to watch. And Konami is Konami, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, if you play this out and you can't get enough of it, I would recommend you join the community, give this game a shot with the second tower, which Programmer wonderfully has restored. It was the actual post-game content that the devs wanted to do but never got to do. And then if you still can't get enough and want to try, I would say then go to the GBA version. There's some really, really neat stuff in it, but like you said, it's a pretty different game.
But it also has the 99th floor basement automatically in the game.
Yeah, well, it's 200, isn't it? I want to say.
If anything, I don't know. All I know is that game has more content than the PS1 version.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's got some... One of the things that I really like about it is that you run into people in the tower more, which I thought was a little bit of a missed opportunity that you only get, Gosh and Selfie on floor 2. But it's worth playing if you love this game.
Yeah, it's also... This is a turn-based game. Yeah, it's a lot of U-boats.
Ooh.
No. I was gonna say pick up Queenie. I don't know why you're looking for the shield, but whatever.
It's like, maybe it's a good one. Wait, did it just sink again? Alright.
Trevor?
This is my favorite pastime.
Yeah. Trevor, yes, there was a sequel in the DS. It is not procedurally generated, and it is extremely boring, and the characters are very bland, and the story is really bad. And it has touchscreen stuff, which, instead of finding spell balls, you just remember what the rune looks like, and you can draw it. So there's no reason to ever attack in the game when you can just spam the fireball rune.
Well, that's so silly.
Yeah, it takes everything that was like the survival part of this roguelike game and just throws it out the window and makes it very linear and basic. Like you'll always find the same stuff in Tao's Adventure. So it's most people in the community who have played Tao's Adventure, I can speak from my own experiences. It sucks. Like it is really, really bad. Oh, hey, we got a lowdown spell.
Oof.
Is that actually gonna hit?
Yeah, that's
a shame.
Unfortunate luck. So we are seeing Rezo take the lead at this point, and it's worth noting that we're seeing why the Scarlet Wand is so good. He's able to fight monsters like Man-Weavers and U-Boats with little difficulty, thanks to how much damage he's doing Frog Trap on his familiar. That's not
He
fun.
has to leave, and hopefully that wears off before the clown spam spells. Also, I'm pretty sure razorflamekun actually missed the Scarlet Wand.
Yeah, it's not in his inventory.
So he took the wrong route compared to Resonaire when Resonaire was exploring floors. And either just rushing or whatever, that's going to cost Razor a lot. Because we now know, because again, these are the same seed. The next 4 floors at this point don't have a Scarlet Wand that Resonaire was able to find, other than what he found already. And honestly, not having that extra factor, because the way, we should explain as well, the way the spell or mixture magic damage works is if you have the same element of a weapon, you get, we'll say, increases by 1 factor. If you have a staff, it increases by 1 factor, which is the same as if you were to be 1 square up, essentially, for height. So you can have a total of 3 different factors added to your damage. So instead of 17, you'd be doing, like on Resonaire's side, doing like 25 to 28. Like it makes a big, big difference when you add in all these different factors, and the more damage you can do, the better. Swords don't have the same bonus as one of the factors. Sorry, 1 factor is having a staff. So it's like Razor actually switched away from the wooden wand into, I think, a copper sword.
You want that crystal, Rezo. There you go. Yeah, he switched to a copper sword to AI 1 and attack a separate monster.
He's back to the wooden wand now.
Yeah. Worth noting that Rezo did find a sea seed. What did he just drop? Did he drop a pear fruit?
I don't think he did. I think it was a different. I don't know. Hopefully not. Like, there's no reason never not to use the pita fruit.
I thought he dropped his lave fruit, and he only had 2 pitas left, which, unless he hadn't sorted, means he just dropped a pita fruit instead of using it. I'm not sure. That's weird.
Rare broken items. Honestly, Scarlet, Stream, definitely not the Golf Wand, are the 2 ones you want to see. Find the tower, otherwise the train wand from Obel Wrong, you can increase its attack power, thus giving it a stronger hit for mixture magic. Diamond shield, mirror shield,
yeah,
leather shield?
The thing that's worth noting is that Scarlet and Stream are generally the 2 that we see used here because of the elements that the starting familiar will be. But I mean, this is just in a speedrun sense. If you're playing the game vanilla, swords are actually, unless you can find a train wand, swords are generally better because you can power them up to ridiculous heights.
Yeah, if you have a plus 99 gold sword, you're doing 100 damage and basically one-shotting everything in the tower. You can never raise up the attack power, like the +1, +2s that you might find on swords. You can never get that on a wand. Unless it's a trained wand, which is only dropped from the Bell Wrong, which are for 16, 26, and 36 in the tower. And hopefully we get to see one, because they're fun.
Yeah, the casino gambling on stream.
Yeah. Or Garuda. If someone finds a Garuda, they just poof off.
Yes, so probably a good time to talk about it. Something you might see in this run is our guys will find eggs along the way, and they are able to hatch them while they're playing, if they so choose. Resonaire is actually coming up on the 12th floor, where he will find the second collar, which will allow him to have 2 familiars or potentially fuse them. So there are certain floors that they will be looking out for eggs, like we saw Razor find one on 6, which could potentially be a clown, which would be a pretty game-changing one. But generally around floor 14 to about 17 is where they're really going to be keeping an eye out, because that is where you can find the Garuda egg. and it has an ability called Abduct, which, unlike basically every other ability on a monster in this game, costs almost no mana, and it allows him to just essentially teleport around the map. So if someone finds a Garuda, they'll hatch it immediately, and then they'll just jump around over and over again until they find the elevator. So it's quite a powerful, game-changing thing.
Mm-hmm. And not just... But the thing is, it also comes with a very big drawback, is, like you said, takes you to a random place on the map. That can be right next to a monster, and that monster still have his turn, and it will just deck you. And most time with Garuda, you cannot gain levels because you're no longer fighting things, and eventually some bad situations can arise.
I've noticed it's a little bit more forgiving than I expected. I think you have to go... I think it has to be like the exact same monster. So you have to be like in the exact 9 squares around a monster that you were in the room with. Otherwise, it actually won't give the monster a turn.
I've lost runs, though. I don't trust Garuda. But I still want Garuda.
Yeah, I lose runs to my own stupidity with Garuda, as opposed to it doing something bad to me.
So we saw Resonaire take time to grind some levels. Having floor 11 at... so many trolls with bowguns. There's a rise.
Scary for Resonaire. Oh,
honestly, you should be perfectly fine with the whole level 10 thing, because the actual levels he grinded on the previous floor before Griffin showed up, yeah, he just one-shotted a troll with a bowgun.
Yeah, so as we're talking about, floor 10 is kind of a breather floor. Very rare in this tower.
Yes.
But most of the monsters are fairly manageable, and it's right before things get very unmanageable. So a lot of times you'll see runners grind it out a little bit here, especially one of the primary strats you'll see is, especially for Rezo, who had this choice, but he's not going to. If you find like a C-Seed or you have your Plump Egg still, you can switch your familiar to a water familiar, but you want to get him to about level 9 or 10, because in the game, that's around the point where there's a very, very steep drop-off in attack growth. So our speedrun strat generally, if everything is going well, if you can find a stream wand, is to grind a little bit on 10, and then swap your familiar to water, and then all of the other floors that are normally super, super dangerous are a lot more manageable. We did see Rezo find a C-Seed. Oh, Restore Scroll here for Rezo as well.
C-Seed or Wind Seed. That egg he's holding is technically a U-boat egg, which Razor just identified. And he's got a Restore Scroll.
Yeah.
So this is a very good seed for the second entry, not the first entry.
They're also pretty stacked on balls. This could be, 30 plus, potentially 40 if they play it right.
Yeah. We will be generous. Like if they're on floor 37 and they're nearing the hour mark, we'll just kind of give them a little bit more time, because no one wants to be like, yeah, cool, quit and reset. No, if they manage to get to the top of the tower, that's an achievement.
Yeah, it's like he's on 39. We could let you have 40, but we're not going. Oh, Warp Trap. Thankfully, I think he's only a room away.
Yes, but it's a long hallway, I think.
Yeah. But just finishing what I was saying, because he has a Scarlet Wand and no Stream Wand, it's generally better for him not to switch over, because he's going to have a much easier time using that Scarlet Wand. It looks like he is going to get his familiar back safely. No bad luck here today.
That's good. The thing is, if Razor were to hit that exact same trap, unless Razor were to move exactly the same, that is yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
No one wants to walk in front of a Kraken. That's just the worst. The RNG, the way it works is, this is obviously, like I said before, a fixed seat tower, so on floor 13, Razor will come across the warp trap if, and only if, he managed to walk exactly the same way, so every single direction from left and right in the exact same order will actually activate. But just because it activates doesn't mean it'll warp. It can warp from one space away from Queenie. It can warp from on the other side of the entire floor. Like, we don't know. And we got a Razor using the Scout with the U-boat.
Yeah,
So that's basically a Star Glasses as many times as you want.
Yeah. So it's a relatively strong monster, but in a speedrun setting, generally it's just going to be used to pull out, scout the floor, send it back, and then when it runs out of MP, you'll probably feed it herbs as you come across them to get yourself another scout, because even if their spells don't have a minimum cost, but they do have a cost. So if you have 1 MP, it will still let you scout, and it'll just go to sleep. So you can feed it herbs and essentially scout over and over and over again. Yeah.
And which honestly is extremely, extremely overpowered, because even if you were to use a monster loop, which a lot of people ignore, if you see a loop like Resonaire is picking up right now, use it. There is zero reason not to. Any information you get from monster locations where traps are, where items show where rooms are. Like you can see there's a trap right next to that piece of silver and crystal. We don't know if that miss. He should be fine.
I think he's still one-shot it.
Oh, he's gonna go up one more, and get the
advantage. Good stuff. Another scout by Razor. So he's gonna be closing the distance now very quickly.
Look at that.
There's another pita fruit. He is swimming in pita.
Yeah,
looking at his inventory, I'm pretty sure he did drop that pita fruit earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, and he ditches the other poison ball. He's like, I only need one of these.
Poison is very effective. We saw where the elevator is on the spin-in. So if he goes up left, he'll eventually find it.
No, he decided he didn't want the free hit. He's just going to tank it and fight. So I think he is a little wary of time, and he...
No recovery ball, really?
Recovery. Buys the herb, too. Yeah, just go ahead and use it. I like the recovery ball. I feel like I'm in the minority on this, but I think it's actually very useful.
I like it a lot because, like, if you know Queenie can at least tank a hit, you can still do, numerous hits in a row.
Yeah, I think it helps buffer some of the tougher monsters, especially coming into the 20s, or if you're a water type fighting the pickets, they can wear you down pretty quick. So I think it's really useful, but Resonaire does have a very stacked inventory. I can't really blame him for deciding
the items are very blessed on that one.
Yeah. We are going to see him heading up to 16 here in a moment. That does mean that he's going to have a chance at Barong, but I really doubt we're going to see him stop for it. If he walks across it, he might take it, but he's definitely not going to search for it. These floors, normally the Garuda is going to be dangerous if you're doing the water strat, because he doesn't really have anything to worry about until about 17 when he starts finding arachnes. Blaze Ball on Razor's side, so he is also quite stacked. He does, of course, just spawn in. As well as with the wand, he's probably going to take a walk over to the wand and throw that away, or just bag his familiar. Oh, okay. Hello. So we are going to see a little bit of casino time. There are multiple items that can still absolutely change this run up.
Not wood shield.
Not a wood shield. The primary ones he's going to be digging for is a roast fruit, because he can still snag a Garuda.
Not the Mahel seed. No, get rid of the wind seed before the Mahel seed.
And then maybe the poison ball.
Yeah, that's another one.
I would throw the wind seed before the poison ball.
Yep, Queenie just stepped on that.
I wouldn't even worry.
No. I would honestly get rid of the fire crystals next. Alright.
Train one, right?
No, you can't hit diagonal when there's... Okay.
Oh! Caster Prophet!
Oh my goodness.
So there is actually, unless that's if that's a red sand, I would probably consider it.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Train that wand up. Heck yeah, I love it. So this is a rare sight. Train wand, best wand in the game. The only wand that you can make stronger Every time he finds a red sand now, it's going to be extremely powerful.
Checking the damage. 48.
Unfortunately, he's got a long way to go. He's probably going to stick with the Scarlet Wand. Absolutely. Props to Resonaire for the hype.
Oh, hey, go up trap on.
Yeah, after scouting. He scouted it and then just immediately hit the go up trap.
Yeah.
So the casino did pay off. Absolutely worth it, just for the streamer moment. He didn't get his roast fruit, but we all had some fun. Still in a fairly solid lead here. Coming up on floor 17, which is going to be the first floor for him that's going to be quite dangerous with his current equipment. Ooh!
Although he does have a trade wand, and he does have a C-Seed.
Oh, yeah, he actually doesn't need to stick with the Scarlet Wand anymore.
Yeah, again, a Stream Wand would be better, but he does have a way to use the red sands he might come across, but he does have a way to actually do a good amount of damage.
I actually like that. I think I would do it.
Come on. If you see Medivh coming, he wants to keep progressing, obviously, but if you pop a Medivh in his tracks and it hasn't spotted you yet, you put item down in front of it and it will transform. Although the floor gap is...
Oh! Is that a red sand? He's gonna have to kill the Manuiva, though. I mean, you have to check every sand now.
Yeah. It's paralyzed, though, so... That's the right thing to do, otherwise they hit for a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think we saw him take a hit for 20 earlier.
Oh, right, acid rain ball.
He's got so many acid rains. He's got three charges. And that's probably a holy bell, right? No, I would still take it.
I would have
too many times.
Get rid of the damn wind seed. No one likes you.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. I don't know why you have that. Alright. Keep going.
Wait for a little bit more to see if it's wrong.
He's like, I want to do the casino again.
Yeah, no, this is an extremely blessed run for the second entry. We actually don't know what the first is. Probably know the first could be 18,000 road fruits. We don't know. But, all the pickets.
So, both runners... oh no! You need to... Now you need to hunt that picket. You absolutely don't let him get away with that.
No.
So both runners left the tower early. It's actually really paying off for them.
Yeah. Although the difference is there is no Scarlet Wand still on Razor's side. Like, that was the good find on Resonaire's side.
And he doesn't have the guarantee for the trained wand either. Oh, there's your picket. No! No, get out of the way. I think I would pick it up. Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's all you see.
That's that it could have been. He's going to blaze ball, get his wand back. You don't need to hunt that wind seed down. You can let it go, man.
Yeah. Like, it is useful to transform like a glacier into a wind creature to kill it a little bit faster. That's the wind seed.
There's
Who cares?
The wind seed. Yeah, just don't even.
Honestly, that curse is probably more useful for where the heck that wind seed is. Ooh.
Oh, hello. Yeah, you gotta check those. Water
ball
is
really good if people... that's worthless.
He's not gonna take either of these. Yeah. Water ball is good for the fire floors because any fire monster will do almost no damage if you use it on your familiar.
Yeah.
But the next big fire monster isn't for about 10 floors, so it's not gonna pay off for him anytime soon. Can't blame him. He'll probably find better stuff in the meantime.
Okay, Razor really, really risking it between a Griffin and a Volcano. And only ending up with 20 HP in the end.
Yeah,
there was a miss here, that would have been extremely catastrophic.
Not only that, but he was in Rise range, so he could have got sniped pretty easily.
Yeah, Rise just hurts. It's one of the worst spells to come across.
Oh,
then again, Dragon.
Red Stand, there we go! So, if he picks up one or two more of these, I think it might definitely be worth it to swap over to water.
Yeah, because it does add it based off your attack damage. So, ooh, that's a...
Yeah, I think he should be able to...
Oh, yeah, okay, he's doing the proper AI one.
Yeah. So the 2 hits plus the wand should be enough.
No, it's going to be just shy. You have to do, I think, about 22 or 23. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to have fun, use a Hazard Curb on them.
Yeah.
I think they hit a lot now.
No, he's finding a lot of leaves. So we're seeing RFK come across mules. I believe he's still fire, but he doesn't have the Scarlet one, so it's going to be a little tougher to deal with. Does use the fireball. It's going to be close here. He does manage to just take it out. Good stuff.
Yeah, I would use that last. Okay, I'm just gonna.
Oh, brave.
He's just gonna take the hit and do 2 attacks then.
That makes sense. He didn't get it with the 2 AI1, so I don't think there's a better choice. He's going to take it no matter what.
Between 2 Krakens.
Oh.
Have an Acid Rain Ball. If you lure them both in,
Yeah.
one more, there we go. And then Acid Rain.
Might
there we
be a
go.
little close. It does. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh my god! No! Those tickets, man, they know what to take.
Oh, so good. I love it. I absolutely love it.
That's
so the way the
frustrating.
stealing works, from what I've been told by programmer and the other members of the community, he's waiting. He wants that trade one back.
I wouldn't. Oh, he saw it, but it ran away.
Oh, it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. No, it went up. Oh no!
It's stuck in a loop.
He's gonna have to. Yeah,
oh,
he's gonna have
goodbye,
to
trade
give it
one.
up. Goodbye. That sucks so bad.
Oh well, maybe he'll find a stream wand. Who knows? That probably. Oh, that's a. Yeah, that's a spider behind you.
Dream value though. I think you just acid rain here. You have the charges for it.
Yeah, you really do. Or he's gonna do that,
greedy.
and he's gonna get hit.
Greedy.
Yeah. You have to make sure Queenie's commanded before you use a spell, because Ko will face the direction you're using the spell, and a lot of people will have Queenie follow behind Ko, the main character, and because of that, he will say, "Oh, I have to go behind you," and he'll normally walk in front of an enemy when you cast a spell. So make sure you command or set the AI1 Queenie before casting a spell. It's really annoying to lose Queenie to that.
Yeah, so
Ooh, letter shield.
Rezo getting a little bit greedy here, because the binding ball is going to have more value later on than the acid rain in a lot of situations, coming into the mid-20s where almost everything is wind. That is a bad paralysis trap. He's almost definitely going to lose his familiar here. He might lose his life.
He has a restore scroll, so that's at least something. But you're right. This is there's Queenie.
Thanks so much, but oh my god! Saved by the RNG. That's actually crazy. That is actually crazy. You should just blaze ball here. Yeah. Just get rid of it.
That is a trap room.
Some absolutely insane luck. Yeah, I don't blame you for checking this, man. Let's see if he remembers he has a restore scroll. You want to just do that now? Yeah. Get your buddy back out.
Oh, man.
Okay, and we're seeing RFK be in a really bad spot, too. RFK's going to need to acid rain, I think.
He already used it. He used it with the Kraken.
No!
He has a wind. If you want to keep all your stuff in restore scroll, it is a very good option.
I think that's your only choice. I think that's it.
It's either that or you have to attack, or you have to move and let Queenie take the attacks and get away.
Yeah,
and then
so
use the health seed with 1 space away.
You'd have to move. It would still be a coin flip, because you would have to move his familiar up while he moved right, and that's still a 50-50. I think you win Crystal out every time here.
Yeah.
Oh, and he loses the 50-50.
That's heartbreaking. Because, a 420 egg.
I don't think he can actually win now. I think we don't have enough time left on the clock.
Honestly, when it comes down to an elevator train, like, anything's obviously possible. But,
Mule egg on 20.
you can feed that to Queenie. Yeah, the thing is, it's... Okay, so the one thing I always did mention quite often to... Oh, he's foregoing the pita fruit. He's just going.
I don't think you have a choice. I mean, if you're gonna bank on hope, like getting some kind of an insane train, you gotta get started now. 18 minutes left. His opponent's on 20. He has to go faster than 2 floors a minute.
The
and
U-boat
that's
was
assuming
lost. That was hatched to the tower.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's going in with basically nothing.
The one thing he could have done is he could have picked up Queenie and sent him home, thus becoming immortal and then taking out everything with the wand or a sword. That probably would have been the best.
Yeah, he had the
thing.
charges on the ball, so he probably could have cleared everything.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, you're kind of stuck. There was a no-win scenario on that one, basically, without costing you Queenie.
It was not a good spot. And that's the power of the Scarlet Wand.
Yeah, these are a little bit more difficult floor. Oh, that's a miss. That's not bad, as long as he memorizes the floor before... Yeah. So, unlike other games, when you get blinded, you don't lose accuracy.
90.
The game blinds the player. And it's really, really obnoxious. Same as the upheaval, or not the upheaval, the reverse traps as well.
Yeah.
Both of them are extremely punishing. I'll go for the experience, yeah. Okay. Fun fact, if you cast Brid and walk one left, you'll always hit Gauche every single time for a quick kill.
I think we saw the elevator there for Rezo. I think it's just above him, but I could be wrong. So Rezo still very healthy, still a lot of great items. Spell ball here, it's weak ball again. But this is absolutely a potential 40 if he plays it safe. At this point, the biggest constraint is time.
Yeah. The funniest thing to me is I always see players. Holy Bill? That's great. That's absolutely great. I always see players check before.
Why is he still holding? Oh my god, you're actually gonna get rid of that over the wind seed. What are you holding that wind seed for, man?
There's no reason.
I think he's doing it to bother me at this point.
Yeah, same. Ooh, we got a scarlet egg. We do have an egg on floor 3. Not much help, I think.
Probably a flame.
Yeah, maybe. There's different percentages for what you can get. Floor 10, I think, is when you want to start finding eggs for the first part.
Yeah.
Floor 24. So now he's on the wind floors. So after this, changing Queenie to water, if he had a trained wand still, would be ideal after he gets past these set of floors, because...
pour one out if you guys cry every time for the trained wand that didn't get to stay with us.
A trained wand +2.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I can't get over that. I honest to God, and for no good reason, but I probably would have stayed on that floor and went and got it.
Yeah. He saw it run away twice as well. It's even worse.
Call me sentimental.
Honestly, if nothing else, like, even just saving after for casual file, just having a trained wand is just so good.
Yeah, and it's like, I know I probably wouldn't play the file, but I would save it anyway. Just cuz. So we saw him fight a Viper head-on, and he got to see that even as strong as he is, it's unpleasant. He finally dropped the wind seed. There we go.
Wait, why are you taking it?
No! Oh my gosh.
Okay, you better use it now.
Yeah.
Good.
100% just messing with me at this point.
One shot's
Wow, okay, that's useful.
Yeah, but... I don't know.
Yeah, I would have taken a lot of items that he passed over that wind seed. So these floors normally are easier if you're water element, but he's getting to 24-25 where wind monsters are dominant. So normally for someone who's doing a water run, it would be very difficult, but he's extremely well leveled and he's still fire, so he is just carving through these wind monsters.
The lack of 801 bugs me, because he actually could have killed that without taking a hit. But he has a scorch shield versus wing creatures, so he's fine.
He assumed what I assumed, which is that he was just going to one-shot that, and then it didn't. Okay, I was waiting for that to be another wind seed and watch him struggle to try and find a spot for it, and I was going to pull my hair out.
So
dudes are
not in the door frame. Never in the door frame. Never phase you in the door frame. So
have a special ability called Roar, where if they hit your familiar with it, it will lower its AI by one level. and if it hits you, it has a % chance to stun. And so, especially in the door frame, like Shawnee said, if it stuns him, his familiar actually won't defend him like it normally would, and he would have just died.
Yeah. It's extremely obnoxious. Can you connect to that floor? Yeah, you can. As I said, I think the block was going to take a left there. Yeah, the thing is, one of the things that has killed more runners than not is getting hit by a paralysis trap in a door frame or something, and Queenie's outside. Because Queenie's like, don't worry, everything's fine, and there'll be like 2 killers like carving you up.
Oh wow, he ignored a scroll.
I would not have done that. No matter what, it's always useful to check a scroll, be it holy or...
yeah, holy, for example, would have saved RFK from his...
There it is.
Ow.
He slowed down. He didn't know where the stealth was.
So 25 is wind monsters only, so that Scorch Shield is going to pay off very well. Big pita fruit, heck yeah!
Get rid of the small pita.
Yeah, just get rid of it. Very rare item. And a med. I would have maybe made room for that. Or you feed it to your familiar so he goes up in HP. Yeah, if you have a medicinal or a pita fruit and you feed it to your familiar while they're capped, it will actually boost their maximum by 1 point.
Which is still valid after you exit the tower too. So if you were to fight Gauche every single time and get 99 medicinal herbs, and you get a pita fruit for every single time you enter, you give the pita fruit when you first enter the tower to Queenie, and then the medicinal herb that you get when you're fighting Gauche, you'll get +1, +1, +1, +1. Eventually you can max out both stats.
Yeah.
That's a lot of water things on Razor's side.
Yeah, and the U-boat's awake, and the other one just woke up. This is a bad room for him. Ice Rock?
The thing is, he's a Scarlet Wand, but the thing is, the Scarlet Wand can only do so much versus that many monsters.
Yeah.
Definitely take the loss, leave the room, and try to find a different route back. Because, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say the U-boat's going to smack. Although, to be fair, Queenie is level 12, so...
True.
Go for a pickup at least once, maybe?
Maybe.
Oh.
Balloon egg! There we go. Yeah, his familiar can just fight it, I think. I think he just lets it happen. Maybe gives it a medicinal herb.
Resonaire casually just one-shotting a zoo.
Good blaze
Life
ball.
shield good.
I think he is at 3 charges used on a blaze ball, so he only has 1 more guaranteed.
Yes, a second Scarlet Wand. The fact he walked near that second copper without inspecting
that was brave.
Yeah, that's floor 26. They do appear there.
And there they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I've done that too many times, Gene. There's one of these acid rains. Yeah, I think he still has 1 left now because I think he had 3 at max.
Yeah. Did he use the second charge? I thought he greeted and he used the binding instead. Yeah, he still got 2 charges.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we were saying he should have used acid rain.
We thought he should, but he greeted it and used the binding instead.
Well, sorry, what I was saying before. Well, I'll finish it now. Your resources are useless if you die. And a lot of new runners will hold on to things longer than they should. Like, if you see a Olim fruit and you're next to 2 balloons on floor 6,
still skipping
it's
those
still worth using. Oh, so we chose the stress? Okay, no paralysis on Razor's side. Getting past floor 7 on your first go is amazing.
Yeah, this game is very hard. It's very, very hard.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where you have to make sure you realize that what they're doing now is not meant at all. And these are like, quote, quote, the new runners that we have. And for anyone who wants to join, I know that there's the Azure command. We have our Discord link there. Anyone who wants to join, even if you're a casual fan of the game, if you want to learn how to run the game, we have tons of resources for casual people or for speedrunning purposes. And in general, we're just a friendly community who likes just memeing. You have a lot of memes.
You'll make friends very quickly.
And you'll get like pinged like 5 times when you join because people always do that. And that has never stopped. I have no idea why.
So we saw that he used his 4th charge on the Blaze Ball, so it's now potentially out of vanilla charges. He has been skipping every single scroll he comes across, which I think is really brave. But so there it is. So it was a 4-charge ball. He still has that pillar ball.
Nah, he's just gonna go for the double
attack.
This
on a height advantage. Like, don't even worry about it.
Yeah. The one thing you like. The one guarantee is when you find a spell ball not from a Balrog, it will have at least 4 charges minus Acid Rain.
Yeah, so Acid Rain is always 1 charge.
Yeah, he's just gonna be fighting. The fact he's willingly fighting snowmen. If he misses, he's dead.
Yeah, you don't want to fight that on low ground, man.
Yeah. Also, paralysis might be the worst because it might wear off immediately after he uses it. Okay, good. Paralysis is dumb. We see Razor grinding to level 10 on floor 10 as well. Both of them actually share that trait.
Okay.
Yep, that's exactly what you do, is you lure the Minerva.
Oh, it gave up! Hazak Seed, not too bad.
That's really good, because it does still increase the damage from your Scarlet Wand.
Yeah. So floor 30, 1 more floor until we get a little bit of story. Blue sand here, absolutely useful.
I think I fixes his shield, because I think he hit 1 rust trap, didn't he?
Yeah. Hazak. Has he used that pillar ball yet, or is it's still?
I think he's holding on to it just for now. He's debated. He's hovered over the CC.
Yeah.
It's okay to do. That tyrant's never gonna leave that room. Just the positioning of it. They tend to walk. They hit a wall. They turn and they walk and hit a wall. They
didn't even look at the fruit. Holy cow.
He doesn't care. Like, it could be a roach fruit that he passed up for all we know, but like, honestly,
inventory's not full. That's still an auto kill.
True. Yeah.
In fact,
and an egg bomb.
You lost the egg. Yeah. I would check. I don't know. I'm paranoid that I'm gonna miss something good, so I check everything.
Pick up Queenie and then leave.
Yeah, go upwards.
Because if you pick up Queenie, the killer will never see you. That's the best thing you can do. There you go.
There you go.
And then,
get him.
Go, Tyrant, go!
Heck yeah, take that.
I think the elevator is in that room. It's hard to see because of the zoomed out map. No, it's not. Okay.
There it is. There it is. There we go.
Okay. Now we have story.
I hope you guys like plots.
Unless there's no story, then he does a trap room, and then he did a... Nope. Okay.
Yeah, what I was like, man, did you just call it? Like, are we actually the prophets today? But
no, I did that on my last practice before a marathon run. Is I did that, and I didn't pay attention to the bell. I'm like, wait,
something's missing on this run. Yeah. We did see RFK get sleeped. The unfortunate part of Dreamans is they're weak, but they can mess up your day.
Okay.
Man, Rezo giving me PTSD here. I lost a run not too long ago, either my last match or the match before, because I got greedy, thinking, I'll go kill this killer that's sleeping for some XP, and it woke up and one-shot me.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah, because you walked towards it and you hit it. But when you walked towards it, it woke up, and when you hit it, you confirmed your attack.
This won't kill me in one hit, which is like my biggest flaw, is this definitely won't kill me in one hit, and then it absolutely does. And I was like, well, that's my own fault.
This is the Acid Rain room. There we go.
Yeah, you got enough. You don't need to be stingy, man. You got this. There we go.
That's a lot of experience. That's the thing. Also, the thing is, like, a lot of our casual players that join our Discord, they legitimately have not beat this game before. Like, a lot of people who play this game growing up never saw floor 40. And the fact the speedrun is like, oh wow, that's a lot of damage to Queenie there. Pick up Queenie and run. Pick up Queenie and run. Or pick up Griffin and go.
Griffin and run.
Not really what I would have gone for, but I mean,
okay.
sure.
I thought.
Why did it take a space there?
That was weird.
No,
that is not what you want to do, friend.
No, they have to be 6 spaces away before you do that.
Yeah. Oh. Ow. What is
No, that's death.
Yeah, I think he's just giving up.
Yeah, well, it's like 2 minutes left.
Yeah, it's not really. I don't blame him. For Resonaire, it's good to use those acid rain charges. He's coming up on golems. Golems don't actually die to acid rain, so get value while you can. Blue sand, pretty useful. He's wary of the time, minute and a half left. We're probably going to have to call it, unless you want to give him a chance, but he's still a little bit away.
I will ping him and see if he feels like he can. But like, if it's like 15 minutes away, then I'm gonna say no. But if he was on like floor 36 or something, then yeah. But like, okay. Well, I'll ping him and see. Give me a sec here so no one can hear me typing. Okay, you already did. Oh, that's a... Don't walk in front of a dragon like that. Oh, this floor layout's horrible. This is a small floor. Okay, good. That's good. Okay, you know what? No, at this point...
Yeah, just let him go.
Yeah. There's an elevator train going. Oh, yeah. Hey, a floor 36 fell along.
They also both agreed to it, so...
okay, so we're gonna let this one go out.
Whoa. The maximum is asleep, I think.
Nope.
No, it's not.
Nope.
Wait, he's at a bind, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He has an Olim, I believe.
Yeah,
still.
I think you have to Olim this.
If he throws the egg, it would be a U-boat. He still has that. That would kill.
He doesn't know that, though, I think.
Nope. It's still unidentified egg on his
it
side.
It also could miss. I don't know.
I think this is also when he was typing to us for a stream delay.
He's answering.
Yeah. The pillar will kill, yes, because you are level 24, and at level 24 you are maxed. Holy Bell, Olim, yeah, there's a lot of different options. Olim is basically the jail-free card. I do believe in the Game Boy Color version you can throw wing crystals as well, which honestly makes them a lot more useful to pick up. Ooh. Yes.
There's the stream.
Absolutely.
I actually think you don't at this point.
He has to make sure that he doesn't provoke the other maximum. Yeah. He can... Yeah, there you go. Pillar... I would get rid of the 2 bad spell balls.
He's actually getting pretty low on resources here, and he really needs to save those. Actually, no, he's still fire. He can maybe 2-shot the golems with the AI-1? I'm not sure. It'd be close.
9, 3, 8, 9. Okay, yeah.
So. We're about to find out. Whoops.
Yeah, you don't want that. Equip the Scorch Shield.
I don't think you one-shot this, man.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, he does. Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to save the pillar balls for the maximums then?
You can still aim one and murder the... Oh, there you go.
Can he one-shot the maximum?
Why is Resonaire in a bronze medal match? No, you can AI one it though. With
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah, you could. I'm pretty sure at that point you can kill it in 1 shot and 1 AI 3.
Okay.
Because I think Queenie's level 26 as well, and that's a good chunk of the level.
Yeah.
You gotta go through the. You don't want the glacier following you.
I think they're 80 HP, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Well, we're about to find out.
That's a great clip.
You can't get the second one. 17. It's not going to be a one-shot. Yes, it is. Wow, okay. Yeah. So they have less than 80. I thought they were 80 exactly.
No, golems are scary. Okay, just deal with the glaciers. Just...
Interesting choice. You just one-shot it now. Yeah, just wait. Oh, that's unlucky.
Nope, he's still fine. It's not aggroed yet. He can still pillar ball and then kill it and then deal with it.
Oh,
that's why you gotta be careful. Yeah.
You
and
can take a hit.
Now.
They don't have a lot of attack. Don't waste the ball here, buddy. No, don't do it. Don't do it. You can just... Oh, okay.
So, again, this is already past the tournament time limit, but the thing is, there's no reason to get rid of a good run like this.
That's like 5 or 6 charges. I think he has max 1 more.
Yes.
If it's a 7 ball, but he's got...
He has the Holy Bell as well, which is super important because if every time he spawns into a room, if there's an unwinnable scenario there, he can get out of it, at least.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that it's the same sound as like a paralysis, and I got really worried there.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was a paralysis, that would be game over.
Yeah, that would be it for sure.
Golems are one of the... Actually, golems actually are the strongest things in the tower, according to the level 99 attack chart.
It makes sense.
Floor 39. If he wanted to, he could pick up Queenie and release him, and then wait.
He's the elevator.
Ooh, blinder.
Ball, that's really good.
You have enough inventory space. You've been chucking stuff.
Oh, he didn't look at the spin in, so he's going the wrong way.
Okay, it's still asleep. I didn't run. He saw it more than me there. Although there's glasses there. That could be
Star. Yeah,
Star.
I was gonna see he went in the wrong direction. Yeah, it's all the way at the other end, friend.
Yeah. So it looks like in the bronze medal match to start the best of 3, we are going to get a 440 climb, which is...
That's a good way to start. Let's not jinx it, though.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it lasted so... I just Holy Bell here.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. I would actually also fire off the fire crystal as well, I think.
Okay.
Get rid of the monsters. Don't do it. Just go back in the room. No, what are you doing? It's playing so unsafe. Oh, he has 2 pillar balls.
Fun fact.
You should have AI 1 there. He's gonna miss it. Oh, it's just 1 shot. Okay.
Yeah, once you're level 24, pillar ball pretty much one-shots everything.
Okay. And that's it with the Olim for the victory lap. And he is gonna hit 40. GG Resonaire. A kind of floor 40 on our first match today.
Yeah, GG's all around. That is not a feat. Again, a lot of casual players never got to floor 30. Oh, okay. So it looks like he's just going to straight up reset. So we're not going to see the conclusion to this game. So maybe next time you get one of them climb to floor 40, right? That second seed, though, that is...
Yeah, so...
not second seed, the second tower.
Ended up jumping out, and it paid off.
They got the Scarlet one.
Yeah.
And probably the best inventory I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it was crazy. The train one +2, we saw it live.
Get stolen twice.
Yeah, we watched Rezo get robbed super hard.
Yeah, still the best monster as far as I'm concerned, so I don't care what people say.
I kind of want to poke him and be like, how did it feel? But I think we'll save that for
the
interview so everybody can hear his feelings too. Do you want to check the seed for them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead and ping our Discord again if you guys want to join us. Get all the fun post-game talk when we all laugh about all the silly things that happened.
Yep, and there's our runners there too.
Yeah, don't forget to give them a follow so you can get all kinds of Azure Dreams content. We do have a role in the Discord where you can choose to opt in, and it will ping you whenever there's some sweet, hot, sexy Azure Dreams content happening that you can watch.
Yep.
So if you can't get enough of these crazy races and all the nutty RNG and bad luck, it's
join Rando Sundays.
Yeah, Rando Sundays. We do have community events like Rando Sunday just about every week where you can join in, make some friends, see some of the fun personalities involved, maybe get into a Sand Knight seed and hate your life, all sorts of cool stuff. Shawnee will harass your eyes with the terrible original baby from the Japanese version.
Yes, actually, I'll post it in the general just
Oh
because.
no! So yeah, if you join right now, you can have your eyes assaulted at this
By
very moment.
the original. I really should mark it as spoiler every time, but it's just worth it.
Oh, what a horrible sight.
Okay, Resonaire using the bathroom really quick, so
yeah. So
I think I'll take him up on that lead as well, and I will be right back.
And I'll continue to entertain the crowd. Yeah, after you've suffered through a Sand Knight Seed where you get no items on the first 5 floors and you're hitting monster dens every other floor, you'll understand what true suffering is. Shout out to my boy Poulet, who's probably not here, but if he watches the VOD, I love you, man. U-Boat Brotherhood forever. Yeah, the original baby is horrific. Nobody should look at this. Our runners are getting set up now. And we will be getting started very soon. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We'll drop all that hot knowledge on you so you can be prepared for your horrible trips into the tower. You can learn about which girls are the best to date in this game. If you're interested, this game does have a dating sim full of wonderful bachelorettes that you can romance. This game has it all. So it looks like Resonaire is ready. I will ping and see if we can get them ready to go. So I think RFK might have gone to get a snack or take a break as well, so we're just waiting on him right now. Yeah, hair mending is best ending. I agree. But Selfie is my wife. Can only marry one, at least according to most laws. She is prime wife. All the others are secondary. Some impatient hops from Rezo. He's itching to get going.
Yep.
Probably feeling good after that run.
Honestly, one thing I always want to point out to a lot of new runners and stuff like that is do not feel discouraged about a bad run that has happened in the past. Like Razor had some really bad luck with like Krakens and whatever. This game is legitimately so random. The tower wants to kill us all. That's established in the community.
Yeah.
But you're not going to have 2 bad runs in a row. It's all based on your playstyle, you as a runner, basically, versus the tower. And there's no bad voodoo, unless, again, if you play a Sand Knight Seed.
Yep. It's worth talking about at this stage that mental game is a big factor in these best of anythings. For someone like Rezo, he's probably feeling very confident after having a game 1 floor 40, even though he was a little bit over time. It was still a very solid run, so coming out of that, he's probably going to be very confident. Speak from experience that it's really easy to get very greedy and overconfident after winning a run like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I absolutely agree with you. Like, you got to floor 40, you could do no wrong.
Exactly. And then you hit a paralysis trap and you lose your run and you go, oh yeah, right, the tower is better than I am. And on RFK's side, it's really easy to get tilted and grumpy, and then you make silly mistakes that you probably wouldn't have because you're like, I have to go faster this time, I have to do better, and then you make dumb errors. So it's going to be important for him to kind of shake off this game. I assume that's kind of what he's doing right now, getting away from it for a second, resetting himself, and getting ready to take this as a fresh run instead of letting himself get tilted. And again, I can speak from experience with this tournament in particular, where there were 2 or 3 where I dumped the first match to really just my own dumb play, and I had to reset and come back stronger. So hopefully we'll see Razor bounce back from this, and we'll see Rezo play very well as well, and we'll have another really good match.
Yeah, and another thing as well you have to keep in mind is if you were to die at floor 30 once and re-enter the tower versus dying at the start. Oh, sorry, I misinterpreted the thing. Yeah, it's floor 35, 36 for when the hour mark hit. Yeah. So I thought that when time would be for finishing the run. Like, if you die on floor 30 and then re-enter, Queenie's strong. But Queenie can carry you without equipment for a while. If you die very early on and lose your equipment, which is why it's really important to take a wing crystal in this tournament format, at level 3, Queenie isn't going to help you, and you're going to struggle a lot to get through.
I can't overstate that if you go in the second time when you don't have the copper sword as a guarantee, if you don't find a decent non-cursed weapon in like the first floor, it's really difficult. And like part of what makes it safe to do the loot run on the first 5 floors is that you get a solid item base. Like we saw with Rezo on the second floor that he immediately lost his familiar to a flame, just a bad crit, and that's what can happen. And it can happen at any time. Like you can run into a flame on floor 2, fight it, and he crits you twice, and you die, and there was nothing you could do about it short of being like overly safe and wasting resources on it. So you're never fully safe in the tower. I mean, you can hit a monster dead on floor 2 and just die. Like there's no safety in this game. Even the Holy Bell. I lost a run to thinking I was safe with a Holy Bell, and then it turns out if you blind a monster, it can still hit you in a room with a Holy Bell. This game finds creative ways to break its own rules and mess you up. So it looks like RFK is back now. He's going to be getting set up. We should be getting started any moment now. And we will get our second race moving. Maybe 2 floor 40s.
Why not 3?
Why not? Friendly third where they also go to floor 40 again.
Alright, they're both ready, so I'll do the countdown.
Sounds good.
Because Currybot. There you go. Done.
Easy peasy.
Oh, I love the fact Currybot exists.
It's pretty good.
For those who don't know, our bot in our Discord server is called Currybot because of my memes and stuff like that I started with bookless runs. And yeah, Curry's great. So 1 second here.
Did we start the countdown too early?
There we go. Fee's gonna make me some tea, so that's very kind of her. Right now, first match.
What's your tea of choice, man?
Not an ad, but Yorkshire Gold black tea from England, which I absolutely got addicted to when I was out there. That or PG Tips. I cannot drink North American black tea. It's garbage.
Yeah, so. I get a lot of my teas from Adagio. Shout out to them. I love your tea.
Yeah. Also, shouts to my late grandmother, who, when I visited her, she had a green box of red rose tea, which I've never seen before in my life. It was expired by 30 years, and she made me a cup.
Wow.
Worst thing I ever drank in my life. But I
yeah, I can speak from experience. You should probably not drink things that are 20 some odd years expired.
I don't remember the last time they released a green box of red rose tea.
Yeah.
All right, so now both runners are in. We can see. Oh, they did not choose to rename Queenie at all. Everyone's being very strict about doing this. So what I didn't mention last time is the floor 1 tutorial. Queenie will blah 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 a lot, more than us, truthfully, as commentators. But you always find the same 5 items, and I'll always say them in different order every time I do this. But you'll get a copper sword, a wood shield, a fireball of 5 charges, a randomly colored egg, which will be a plumpa, and a medicinal herb. I don't know why that order this time, but whatever. Those 5 items, with Queenie being level 1 and you with the copper sword and wooden shield, you're supposed to die. The game is basically like, here's kind of how you play the game. Here's some random stuff you can experiment with. And then it expects you just to straight up die at probably floor 6.
Yeah.
And Resonaire died on floor 3 on his first run after losing Queenie, and ended up getting floor 40 on the second climb. So
yeah, I think it's worth mentioning that the most notorious thing that this game does is that it actually does not tell you how you can exit the tower.
Yep. It does not tell you that here's a wind crystal.
Yeah, you have to hopefully luck into finding a wind crystal. And if you're really unlucky, you might find like an Oleem and kill your own monster. Not your starting familiar, but like you may hatch something and think you can take it home, and then I think your familiar does tell you that you can't actually take them home if you hatch them in the tower, but yeah, it never actually tells you how you can leave the tower, so it's kind of up to you to figure it out, which just plays into the fact that, yeah, they really do expect you to not survive your first run.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, is like a lot of new runners, you will go to the tower. Floor 4, floor 5, floor 6 will be the most common deaths, because the cyclones, balloons, and blooms will all really take a lot out of you. Medivh's is very cumbersome to try to take them out. Okay, Razor should be able to survive that. There we go. Gets a second. The most important level you can get is your first level, because it gives you 10 HP. Every other level after that gives you like 3 or 4, and it's really not worth it in the grand scheme of things. Oh, no, the Game Boy Color version is automatically much better and more friendly. Because the PS1 is equivalent to basically like a quarter sucker arcade game, where it expects you to die and keep water crystal entering repeatedly.
I don't know if I would agree with that, because the GB Color version has an extremely difficult boss at floor 10, like obnoxiously hard. I think it has it every 10 floors there's a boss, because in the GBC it's 30 floors for the first tower, and I believe every 10 floors is a boss, and they're extremely hard. So you can clear floor 10 probably within like 2-3 runs from the start in this one, but the difficulty definitely ramps up quick.
Yeah. Although I do believe we actually have tried to submit to marathons a relay race of the series, minus Tao's Adventure.
Yeah.
So like someone would run the Game Boy Color game, and then the other person would run the PS1 game, and like switch off when one person's done. And we're hoping to get enough runners that we can do that with like 2 or 3 people to have like a relay race. So again, our Discord does have the Game Boy Color resources and speedrunning community involved as well. So like, if you want to be part of that kind of thing, it's really cool. Like, I love the idea of just being like, hey, like we beat Azure Dreams, full stop.
Yeah, that's pretty good. CC saying that they at least give you a wind crystal in the GBC tutorial. Yeah, that's probably something that should have been in the starting items. Go up trap here on Rezo's side. He actually does dodge it though. Very, very lucky. Scarlet one. There's the pickup again. And Razor makes the exact same steps, so he also does not trigger the go up trap. Yeah. Both of those could have cost them a Scarlet one, but they get very, very lucky. So it's already a good start. Fizz Knight saying, I had a box of rice-a-roni in my old house that was older than me. That is wild. Yeah, my mom, she went to a garage sale and bought two 30-some-year-old special edition Coca-Cola bottles that were still full. And me, being a smart, intelligent teenager, thought, you know what? I wonder what would happen if I drank one of these. So I popped one open, I took a sip, and I ended up with food poisoning. So
Don't do that.
Don't do that. If something is 20 years expired, you really shouldn't put it in your mouth.
We had a commercial about that in Canada.
Yeah, don't you put it in your mouth.
Seriously, that song is like that, and the milk song for the commercial, with two things stuck in every Canadian's memory.
Yeah, I actually rewatched some of those on YouTube the other day. I want to give a quick shout out. If there's any other Canada bros in the chat, go to YouTube and check out You, Me, and YTV. Relive your childhood and get to see where a lot of those people that you grew up with ended up. It's a really, really amazing channel. And if you grew up with YTV, it has so much incredible stuff that you probably never thought you'd see again. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. Also, I thought you were initially gonna point out we have an odd ratio of Canadian runners in this game too.
Yeah, that's part of why I'm doing this, is because I know that it's a little more varied now that the Discord has grown so insanely large.
Yeah.
But at the start of the Discord, it was almost all Canadians, like obnoxiously Canadian.
Yeah, even our leaderboard, it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Canadians on it out of 19 runners. Like, normally you see like leaderboards, they normally have like a good chunk of American runners or whatever, and it's really weird because like I was runner number 2 of this game. Darcis was runner number 1. Sand Knight eventually got the Discord and got mod powers on speedrun.com years ago, and we started building up from there. But our leaderboard was literally just like 5 Canadians and then a Darcis. That was it.
Yeah, shout out to our any percent world record, the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Yeah, dating sims popular with Canadians. That's what you heard here first.
Yes, maybe because it's too cold.
Can't go out and meet women, so we meet virtual women.
Yeah. Like water crystal.
So
to finish kind of on that kind of tangent that we had.
Yeah.
Ooh, trap right at the entrance. That's hopefully not the worst. That's a long sleep. There we go. You don't always have to run any percent. We do have other categories. We do also have categories for first at 10, first at 20, first at 30. So if you have a really good run that ends, you can submit to the leaderboard as long as it's not played on the randomizer. Thank you. Because we don't quite know the effects that the randomizer has on the game. Like, there's a couple blips and stuff like that for messing with the code, and you can't say you're playing the vanilla game to be on the leaderboard. But we do have a bookless category, which is basically all the achievements except for the Pokedex style book that your sister has. We have 100%, which is bookless with the book. And then we also have like a couple other meme categories and stuff like that. Like, I know a lot of people do challenge runs.
A lump of percent.
Yep. We also have had, I eventually will do a run with just to pick it. I promise. I'm just a university student. But I have to prep it first because I want a particular build for a Picket for doing that. Because I'm not just a plain Picket with no spells.
Yeah, true. Any percent is a real suffering category now. You skip, you skip the starting familiar, you go in alone, and then you basically have to find a Garuda on like 14. Again, shout out to our world record holder who destroyed that category for everybody. Floor 5 for both runners now. Nothing quite as exciting as that Scarlet Wand, but they are still sitting on a fairly healthy inventory. A little low on magic. We are seeing some people arguing over whether you should sort your inventory or not, when the obvious answer is, of course you should. You're not a monster.
And you should not hide the HUD from the commentators.
Yeah.
Wooga in particular, please stop doing that in your tournament runs.
You're making us
really
miserable. He missed a seed back there. I don't know if he's gonna go check it or not. He is. There we go. Light seed.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Not the worst, but not the best.
So again, we are probably okay. Well, Resonaire is very confident. Dropping down that whiskey. Oop, we actually have a little bit of mistake here. I'm gonna fix it. Give me a second.
Yeah, we see Razor using the star glasses here. You don't want to spend too much time on floors 6 to 9 in particular. That was a warp trap that failed to go off. That could have gone really catastrophic really quickly. Iron Shield +2. That's a nice pickup. Where's that a paralysis trap? It's hard to see. But these particular floors, you really do not want to be on for too long because this is when the water monsters start coming out. Particularly 6, 7, 8. I think you eventually start getting 7, 8, 9. You start getting some U-boats and stuff, and it's obnoxious at best. Razor just there we go. Getting perspective. You always got to make sure you look at the little mini map as well.
Yeah, so different people can play different ways, but it does affect how you progress a little bit. If you don't rotate your camera or look far enough ahead, it's pretty easy to run into some bad stuff. Did we switch iron +3 on RFK's side? Holy cow, that is a
+2 and a blue stand.
Wow, there we go. So he's got a strong shield right now. Shields maybe one of the biggest factors in how well your early game goes. You really need to move that familiar. That is risky. RFK getting his starting familiar within one shot of getting killed. If you get a strong shield, it can be all the difference. When you get a Scarlet Wand or a Stream Wand or something like that, it will make you do a ton of damage. But if you still don't have a good shield, stuff like Blooms, U-Boats, Krakens, Manowivas can all still end you very quickly. So having a really, really strong shield, getting their damage low, can let you grind out a lot of these early floors very safely. So RFK going to be feeling very good. Rezo with not the same level of luck shield-wise. He's running without one right now. So
yeah,
it's going to be...
I don't know what's behind him, but he's not picking it up, though.
Is it actually the Iron Shield that was +2?
No. Oh, yeah, yes. Iron Shield was +2.
No, I meant the one that was behind him there.
Oh, I don't know what that one is now.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what he's thinking. I will be right back with it.
Sure, absolutely. But yeah, we see here that Razor is honestly in a pretty good spot. This is back. I don't want to date myself with this kind of thing, but this is back in the day when RPGs, a +1 bonus meant a lot. So if you have a +2 shield, oh my goodness, you're surviving. It makes a big difference, especially when the best shield is only 7 defense. So having a +3 Iron Shield, I think is equivalent to 5 +3, so you'd be 8 defense, so you're 1 above a Diamond Shield. So Razor can definitely take some, you saw there, he has a height advantage. He's taken 1 damage from Iniva. He can comfortably explore these floors and get some more resources for a slower but a more kind of pushed grind up the tower versus Resonaire, who really has to be really careful on how much damage he's going to be taking from these monsters. And you really don't want to die, because you really want to have a Wing Crystal to make sure you keep that Scarlet Wand, because that's the main thing. Oh, we see a Copper Shield. +2. Okay, so there's a lot of +2 stuff going around right now. Wing Crystal? Nope, okay. Both on floor 8. So we never actually touched on this before. If you're wondering how a tie works, whoever gets to the highest floor first. So let's say both people were to die and somehow not get above floor 8 for the rest of the hour. Since razorflamekun, technically, is this best of 5? Why do we have 3?
It's best of 3.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say
Yeah,
we
that's
have a couple extra
weird.
fruits on the layout right now. I only realized that now. Kind of slow on that one. But whoever got to the floor first will get the point. And since razorflamekun got to floor 8 like 15 seconds before, it's still speedrunning. You're still rewarding the people who are faster. Therefore, razorflamekun would get the point. But if Resonaire were not to die on floor 8 and get to floor 9 after razorflamekun got to floor 8 first, 9 becomes the highest floor, and if he were to die and all that stuff would happen again, he would get the point. So it is kind of coming over from the whole Rock Me to the Top style tournament rules we established way back when we first started doing tournaments. This is now our 4th SpeedGaming tournament.
Yeah, we're getting up there.
Being awesome and helping us, build our community too.
We are seeing some of that confidence here in Rezo that I talked about, where he just got within one bad crit of losing this run. He's feeling, yeah, it really does. Both runners very close. RFK taking the lead in this tournament, so he's definitely feeling solid after that first run, I think, which is good. So he managed to detail himself, probably feeling really confident with a Scarlet Wand and a huge shield. He's going to have a pretty breezy time for a little bit. If he's to slow down, it'll be really annoying. Oh my god. These clowns just 100% accuracy today. Yeah.
Also, the other thing as well is Resonaire managed to pick up a +2 Copper Shield. So both of them sporting pretty defensive.
Oh yeah, don't leave that behind. Wow, okay, so they're definitely doing it to mess with me at this point. RFK sitting on 2 wind seeds and throws away a sword instead of a wind seed.
A fire sword as well, right? So
I think so.
Fire sword does give that factor of damage increase I would say before. Plus it has 5 natural attack. So it is really good for the starting floors, but eventually enemies' defenses outrank you so hard.
Yeah.
Because this game wants to be played like 30 times, climbing the tower to like 26 times. You find a bunch of red sands every single time. You have a particular weapon you invest in that's eventually +15 or something.
Runner high five here, both on the same floor now. If for some reason they both died and never got back here, Rezo would be the winner by a hair.
I thought Flamekun was already on.
No, Razor was a little bit... He was ahead on 9, and then Rezo found the elevator a second quicker, so... Oh, that's a bad sleep trap, but...
That's also good. He has height advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to take less damage, thankfully, from that.
So, when something, you or a monster, is asleep, if there's an enemy on the tile that can attack you, it will actually give you a higher chance to wake up. So we did see that he woke up there. Loses one of his wonderful +1s to a rush trap, unfortunately. But that shield's still going to be strong. We're getting a look at his inventory. It is solid, not enough magic. Oh, there we go. Get rid of that. You don't want those wind seeds. So they are a little bit low on magic right now. Same thing on Rezo's side. Their inventory is a little bit. We are going to see a blue sand powering up those shields. Ooh.
Ones. That, Resonaire is bulky and now has the life wand. And life wand, for every 8 damage you deal, will give you 1 HP back with a default of 1. So you see there, he got 4 HP back. Essentially, he can't really die against these creatures right now. He's getting more HP back than they're dealing back to him.
Yeah, so there is a little bit of a hierarchy to wands and how good they are. And in these kind of runs, when you're not expecting to find good stuff, life is right up there, just under Scarlet and Stream. RFK also going to get the chance to grab that life wand. He does not know it's going to be not cursed, so we'll have to wait and see if he decides to take the risk to use it. But these runners... Oh, he doesn't even take a look at it. He doesn't care. He's got his Scarlet Wand. So they're both taking a little bit of time to grind, a little bit of a misstep there for RFK.
You have to be really, really careful when it comes to the perspective. And honestly, I look more at the green map on the side than I do actually the main game, because you can see when one is upright versus besides you.
RFK
And
a little moment's reprieve there.
the worst thing to happen is, like, if you miss an input versus like a killer or a dragon, that's a good 70 damage gone. And most speedrunners get to the top floors around level 23, 24. You already have like 73 health.
Oh my gosh, low down, 100% accuracy today for the third time.
It's not 100%
And
accurate.
no, I mean, it's just that, yeah, it's not actually 100%, they're just very unlucky today.
Yeah, it's just really bad for that. And especially since Razor wants to get to floor or level 10 before going up past floor 10. That's very problematic. I wish there was a button to change Queenie to AI 1 briefly.
Yeah,
That would
it would be nice if you could macro stuff in this game.
I'll have you know, Gene Freak, the commentary is doing the best they can. Thank you. Bad jokes. Anyway, welcome to our community. We like bad jokes and memes.
So, Rezo taking the elevator train, still a very small lead on his side, having taken it back from RFK, but RFK is still hot on his heels. It looks like Rezo took a little bit of time to explore the floor, maybe not feeling confident with the items that he does have. Definitely feeling safe with the wand combo, taking a big hit from Rise here, showing how dangerous Griffins can be. RFK taking the lead back and finding the blue collar, deciding that he doesn't want items as much as he wants to try and win.
Try to switch the audio to who's in the lead, and all of a sudden they take over by the time it clicks
they're
in.
flipping back and forth.
Yeah, it's a very close race, and honestly, like before, Resonaire had a huge advantage of just going a different route on the floor, finding a Scarlet Wand, and that set him up. Honestly, like, you can't guarantee anything in this game, and having a life wand, ooh, no one likes walking in front of a Kraken. I know I said that last match too, that's true.
He also just used a Tumna on a Griffin, so he might be regretting that a little bit.
Oh, I would never use a Tumna on a monster now that I know the Tumna glitch works.
Whoa, that's scary. Whoa.
That's very close. Oh gosh.
Another one. Yeah, you don't want to fight.
Oh, no.
Wow, that could have been the end of it right there.
Definitely use my health lead and make Queenie move in front. A wave.
Oh, good shove. That is so scary. That's twice now he could have died. What are you doing? Oh no! Oh, there it is!
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh, if he doesn't wake up, he's dead. He needs to get up right now.
Oh, he's up, but Queenie's down.
Yeah, you need to move up and right and use the Acid Rain at this point. That's your only hope. Or Wind Out. That's also a choice.
23 minutes in is still plenty of time. You have plenty of resources. Oh, he had a Holy Scroll too. He could have just thrown it in the hallway. Yeah. There's probably not much more of an obnoxious enemy than the Kraken when it appears in the tower.
Especially with a Dream in there to put you down, and he dodged it twice. He really needed to listen to what the tower was telling him. But he's going to take a bad loss there. He's still in it. There are plenty of runners in our community who are very good at playing from behind. So hopefully he's been picking up some tips. He can absolutely still make a solid comeback. He has a choice to Wind Out if he wants to try again. Or he can go for just trying to get as high as he can.
Also, the rooms are different here because Queenie exists on Resonaire's side.
Yeah, so everything matters for the RNG. No, goodbye.
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
This is you gotta Wind Out here. There's.
Yeah, you don't have the
He slows the whole. Oh, he backed up. He
Nope.
could have moved forward, tossed it, taken the hit, and gone with the
Oh,
whole.
Resonaire's down.
Wow. I'm.
We're looking at the other side. We didn't pay attention.
Hang on, I'm gonna check. Check the instant replay.
I'm
Let's
pretty
see.
sure Razor got to floor 13 first.
Let's see.
If that's the case, they're literally going back in, but Resonare doesn't have any equipment. Oh, he lost. That's
Okay,
really
so he
big.
made the mistake. He threw his familiar. We saw that. And then he tried to attack the Kraken for some reason. I don't know what.
He already hit with a fireball, I think.
No. So I'm watching it right now. So he throws Kuni away, and then he tries to attack the Kraken, but he misses, and then the two monsters high roll him.
Oh, that you hate to see it.
Yeah, that's what happens
But
when
the
you
thing
play.
is now, like I was talking before, is Queenie strong enough to carry Resonaire to get new equipment versus RFK having.
I mean, their level wasn't that different, so no matter what, RFK has a huge advantage here for taking the Wind Crystal out.
Plus, he also got to the floor first, so
Yeah,
like,
RFK's gonna.
for RFK.
This actually was looking so bad for RFK, and in just a very quick minute, this is completely shifted to like massively in his favor, and that just is such a testament to how you gotta be resilient in these matches, because all it takes is one small moment like that and everything goes away for you.
Mm-hmm.
So worth noting, this is something that I've noticed in the last couple matches, that when you re-enter the tower with a high-powered familiar, it is actually not optimal to use AI 3 anymore, because if your attack is low, it actually does cap how much damage you can do with the mixture magic. So it's actually far better to do AI 4 when you're re-entering with a, let's say, 10 plus level familiar. So
Resonaire's wasting time doing mixture magic, but the thing is, RFK has a Scarlet one. He one-shots everything.
Yeah, he's gonna absolutely plow through everything. Even with the limit on how much he's getting from the mixture magic, the Scarlet one is still boosting it well over what he needs to kill the early familiars. We're seeing with the Scarlet one, he's hitting for about 16. He probably would be hitting for about the same thing if he just let his familiar attack. So he's not really getting anything from this, but it is on his side better to still use the wand, because it's less mana intensive than letting his familiar attack directly.
Yeah, it's 1/3 of the MP instead of a 1 MP for a direct attack from Queenie.
Yeah.
And as someone who uses AI 1 pretty much exclusively to survive in the tower, like I really need MP healing.
Yep. So 32 minutes left on the clock, or 31, sorry. There is still plenty of time for these runners to overtake floor 13. It is worth noting that a minute per floor is a pretty decent estimate.
Mm-hmm.
So both of these runners could fairly easily break 30, which is well above the 13 that they got to. RFK, especially with a good starting base of items here, is in a great position to plow his way all the way up to 20. So it's gonna be, what items do they find in the next couple floors? Are we gonna see Rezo find either a Stream Wand or a Scarlet Wand, something to help deal with the fact that he needs something to bridge the gap, and how he's going to play from behind without knowing that he's actually behind. I think anytime you take a death, you always assume you're behind, so I think he knows that he has to kind of play a little cavalier here, but we'll have to see how it goes.
But at the same time, like a Fee pointed it out, or Full Fee Traders pointed out a long time ago when choosing her tournament matches, you always assume everything that has happened to you has happened to your opponent. So if like you have a Scarlet Wand Razor Flamekun's going, okay, cool, I got a Scarlet Wand, I'm still safe for now. It's like, Resonaire must have winded out and kept, you know, if he were to die when I died, he must be having the Scarlet. No, this is the one time where playing like this, like we're gonna see eventually Razor Flamekun is just gonna take off because eventually it's gonna take 2 or 3 attacks per to kill things on Resonaire's side compared to Razor Flamekun, and it's gonna make a big difference. And these are all weak monsters. The most HP I think right now is like 28 or something like that. And that's no matter what a 2-shot for Razor's side, but Resonaire with the sword is gonna take a lot longer.
Yeah, so
I would start throwing the golds truthfully instead of holding on to them.
Yeah, I think at least for me, and I have to imagine there's a lot of people who think this way too. In a re-entry tournament, if you have to wind out or you take a death, you kind of think back to like, what did I get on this run? So like, I can't remember. Did Rezo find the Scarlet Wand or did he miss it? Is that why he was using the Life Wand?
No. Resonaire changed from it.
Okay, so he knows that Razor very likely has either a Scarlet or a Life Wand. It's almost a guarantee. And you have to play with the assumption that he never died. So you kind of have to think, okay, he's potentially around where I was, which is around 13. He still had the wand, and he could still be going. There's no guarantee that he died in the same spot. So for Resonaire, he's playing with the massive pressure of thinking, well, my opponent has really good items, and he's probably higher than me. So it's going to affect every decision that he makes. And he doesn't know that RFK, you know, jumped out at exactly the same time, but RFK still does have those items. So Resonaire, at the very least, you know, statistically, is probably at a big disadvantage, and he knows it. He knows that he's very likely pretty far behind. So he did pick up first Steel Shield, but he still has a chance to get a, but he still has a chance to get a better weapon. He is finding a decent item-based Wind Crystal. He did pick it up this time, or he has one, sorry, already. So he doesn't want to die again, and I think that he's been playing without the Wind Crystals in these last 2 matches, which is why he got punished. I think that if this does go to a Game 3, we're going to see a change up in how he plays in that regards, because it's going to be really clear to him how that would have benefited him in this race. We are starting to see them get to floor 5, which is where we start seeing the tougher monsters. Rezo getting a little bit low, going to take the time to heal a bit here.
Yeah.
And he's definitely not going to be feeling confident with the items that he does have. They do have a couple spell balls. Razor, I think, came in with at least 1 or 2, so it's going to be really difficult for Rezo from here. It's a really big uphill battle. He kind of needs... we have seen RFK make a couple of pretty big mistakes, so it's still possible that this goes either way, and Rezo kind of needs to hope now that either Razor blunders huge or gets really, really unlucky. He does have a small lead in floors in this run, but he's still at a deficit to Razor's top floor, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
You've also been seeing the difference in how many attacks and how much HP Resonaire is spending to take out monsters versus Razor's side, who still has that shield.
Yeah.
Like, that's the other thing as well, is like, you got the steel shield, sure. It's like, but there you go.
He needs some crits, he needs some good luck. Making good use of AI1 to get some extra damage in. Razor could be thinking either way. Again, he knows the items that he got, and he has to be playing assuming that Rezo is in the lead. So, despite that Razor does in fact have a very commanding lead, in his head, he's probably thinking he's behind, because he can never play with the assumption that, oh, this bad thing that happened to me, well, it probably happened to them too, because a lot of the time you're going to be wrong. I will say, RFK holding on to a bunch of swords I've actually really come around to doing that. I think holding swords if your inventory isn't full is a really good idea because they do a pretty enormous amount of damage when you throw. So between that and AI1, there's a lot of monsters that can normally be very dangerous that you can kind of whittle down before they ever get to you. Which is also why the poison ball is really good.
Yeah, poison ball is great. If you honestly have leftover swords, it's like 14 damage for the early floors. You can easily kill a troll by throwing an extra gold sword. Even picking up, like the hammer there, like it's worth it in the grand scheme of things. I had to wake up, didn't it? Well, yeah, take the hit and get the height advantage. That's the thing.
Still got the height advantage.
Yeah, Razor definitely is. And we're gonna see once Resonaire goes up the floor, he's gonna go into the room with the U-boat, and he has a sword. He doesn't have the Scarlet, and it's gonna suck.
There's a frog trap. We did see a binding ball pickup for RFK. That's going to be really, really useful. We do see Resonaire also getting the height advantage, but even with the height advantage, he does so much less damage.
Oh, don't do AI1. Ooh. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting. Oh, Queen is actually stronger.
Yeah, because he's got the level advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened here for RFK?
Oh, just a little bit of lag.
A little bit of hiccup.
Yeah, we are still doing a restream of a stream and we're commentating over the restream, so...
Yeah, we're doing our best. Ooh, that's a nasty room for Rezo. He is going to two-shot the balloon. The Mana Weave is going to be a little bit tougher. He does want those glasses. Glass is one of those items that you almost always want. Star Glass will reveal the floor, which is always useful, and Truth Glass will tell you how many shots you have in a ball. We are going to see... Leather Shield +2!
Oh, yeah, wow. Let's go.
RFK is getting all of the shield luck today. Water Ball pickup.
That's a third +2.
Well. Yeah, he is getting some big shields today. He has... I actually think that was a mistake. So, for stuff like Anti-Chaos and Roam Herbs, again, they're in the category with swords of if you... have the space for them, they're worth picking up just in case. He is using them just as like a small MP heal, but he probably could have held on to that Anti-Chaos for a little while just to be safe. I don't think it'll end up hurting him, but it's probably not the optimal choice. Seed coming up for him could be a C-Seed.
I was gonna say, we also see here that how overpowering the Scarlet Wand is. Mahel, that's a really good one.
So, Rezo is actually... Yeah, it's actually not worth it for him to AI3 anymore. He doesn't have a good enough weapon, and he's too low level. Yeah. His familiar... Whoops, he forgot his familiar there.
That happens a lot.
His familiar is still, even as he's gained some levels, hitting way harder than he does. So he's finally, I think, given up and just started letting his familiar attack. That means MP is going to be a very big constraint for him. I assume he came in with the Pita Fruit, so he will have a little bit of help, but he's reaching the floor. Yeah, so he's down to 28, which means 78 with the Pita Fruit. So he will get to about 16 at this rate, and then he's going to start running into some big MP issues.
They should both have... Oh, there's a Cyclone Egg. He identified that.
Oh,
if
so
you were to
it might be worth hatching.
You'll get double MP. That's
so monsters in this game will usually have a trait that will benefit them in some way. The Cyclone is that MP usage is cut by half, which is a very, very good trait in a vanilla run. In a speed run, it's a little harder to justify. Misstep there by Resonaire, and Razor is going to be fighting this U-boat. Choosing to take the hits himself.
Honestly, with the shield, I probably would too.
Yeah. So he's still rocking the steel for now. He will switch over to the leather, probably in the upper 10s, once the defense is not really tangible anymore. He's going to start looking to that dodge instead.
Speaking of which, there was a dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, Clutter pointing out that you can feed the egg to your familiar to give it some MP. Yes, we are only 40 minutes in at 9. They both got to floor 13 and then had to leave. Razor did get to win Crystal out. Rezo unfortunately took a death. So right now, Razor is in the lead with top floor. Interestingly, even though he has a significantly better inventory, weapon, and shield, they are matching floors on 9. We're seeing Rezo hatch this egg really ballsy when he would probably think he's behind. Oh, RFK getting very low.
There we go. Which one is the lead? razorflamekun is actually in the lead, probably by 20 seconds for getting onto floor 13.
Maybe not even that. It was really tight.
Yeah, there we have some throwing items just to do some extra damage. Honestly, it would have been better just to do the mixture magic. Because, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
20.
but
it's also clearing up the inventory as well. That's the main thing, too.
So he did hash the Cyclone. We might see him fuse it. Oh, he did get... That's right. He did get the... He did get the blue collar in the last run, so he can fuse it right now. It will refresh some of his MP as well as double his effective MP. He will probably also feed the Pita to it, and that will essentially give him 200 MP. So his MP problems are going to disappear. He still keeps forgetting to switch his AI. Rust Trap, that is not good for him, as he is using 2 items that are susceptible to it. Has the option to kill the clown here. I think he actually kind of has to. He is getting a little bit low for his floor count.
Yeah, they both want to be at level 10, floor 10. I think that's something that they always share as a trait.
Yeah.
Like, every single runner has a different playstyle and a different mentality. And this is the nice thing about the Fixie Tower. That is a troll snipe.
That was a big shot. It is really important to point out as well, since we are in the clown floors, that it's actually so much more devastating for the runners right now if their familiar takes the lowdown, because it's a lot harder for them to gain that level back.
Is this still 100%? It is.
Oh my gosh. So that's 4 out of 4 today on lowdowns. Thankfully hitting him and not his familiar, so he's not wiping out the experience. Razor,
he seems to be having a little bit of issues right now.
I'm gonna tag him and see if he...
Oh, there he goes.
Okay. Oh, another missed swing today. We're seeing a lot of those between our 2 runners.
Yeah, honestly happens. If anyone wants to take precautions in that when they're playing casually or speedrunning, hold down the triangle button.
Yes.
You can mash the D-pad as much as you want. As long as you hold the triangle button, you'll just turn. And that has saved me more times than not. If you're like, okay, I need to walk this certain direction and you want to make sure of it, take the time, don't die.
Runner high five here again. They're gonna hit this elevator at roughly the same time. They're both
going to... Oh, there's that troll again.
Those big troll snipes.
Oh, there's 2 of them.
So they're both hanging out in this exact same room to farm, trying to hit 10 before they go past floor 10. Rezo might actually...
Resonaire is escaping.
Yeah, he's just done with this. So Rezo taking a small lead, but not actually a lead.
No, not until floor 13, or floor 14, I should say.
But he is a little bit ahead in the re-entry. 15 minutes left. They are both actually playing surprisingly safe and slow.
And similar, both using a treasure loop at the start of the river.
Yeah.
Oh, and there you go. Difference in directions, though, is... Oh, there's... Oh, no, this is the same. Never mind. It's just the one hit the blind trap while the other one didn't and turned the camera.
So we are seeing Razor start to realize that he needs to start ignoring these monsters and pick up the pace. So he does retake the re-entry lead, again holding the lead overall in everything. Have to see if he checks this fruit. What is it? Is it a roach fruit? Nope. It could have been though.
It could have been, yes.
Malicious scroll for Rezo that he's gonna just toss right here. Oh, he's like, it's not worth using on this. Probably gonna use it on that volcano instead. Maybe?
There we go.
There we go.
Star glasses, that's always useful. Razor already hitting the elevator train there, already on floor 13 without even realizing it.
Yeah, so Razor about to take the overall lead again from himself. Finally switching to the leather shield. You don't want to fight this Kraken. Absolutely. Uses the binding ball. Ooh.
No, that's Queenie. That's Queenie. It's down right.
No.
No.
Oh, he's trying to kill his own monster. No.
Yep.
Wait.
Or is he get it right?
No, you were wrong.
Oh, jeez, that's perspective.
Well, it's a good thing he remembered better than you did.
The thing is, when you're blinded, you can hit your own ally.
Yeah.
Or you can turn
the
picture on and start. Kraken This is Razor right now.
You AI won here, and okay, well, he could have AI won and then attacked, and he would have been okay. But looks like he's going to play it super safe here with the flame ball. He does have the resources to burn right now. He is still in the lead, but I think he believes that he's not, which is why he's burning resources so hard, which I can't blame him for.
No, I can't either. Like,
especially with the time coming up now, they're under 15 minutes left. This is when, especially when you feel behind, that the pressure really kind of builds on you. If anybody's watched my matches, you've seen it happen to me where you kind of start forfeiting resources because you're like, I'm running out of time, I have to get as high as I can. And I think that is the correct play here for RFK. Rezo still struggling from the
lack of damage out there.
Yeah, the lack of damage from having a bad weapon. RFK gonna check this ball here. Pillar ball pick up on the way up. So he now is in the global lead again, beating his own time. Binding ball. So they are sitting very pretty resource-wise. They can afford to start playing a little more cavalier.
Yeah. Although, like his point out in chat, is Rezo didn't actually realize he passed the elevator.
Yeah, so he might need to stop and take a look at the map.
Yeah, the thing is, this is why you don't zoom out the map. Like, again, like that's the second time he's been in that room. Oh no, yeah, there you go. Or maybe he was trying to grind levels, because he does like to be level 10 by here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Krakens are horrible. No one likes them.
Yeah, I don't blame him for using binding balls on Kraken. Kraken go in the category of monsters that are going to hit you way harder than you think they're going to hit you every single time.
And Garudas. If you can't deal the Garudas properly, people forget actually they hurt a lot.
Yeah, because we're fire genus, it's really easy to get in the mindset of Garudas are not dangerous. But Garudas hit like a truck. They have a lot of attack despite the fact that they are weak to the starting element. We are seeing him worry about this Newell. I think.
Nope. You gotta be careful where Queenie wants to.
Oh, and you're low. Yeah, this is. He kind of worked himself into a bad spot. Yeah, pick him up, put him behind you, and then fight.
There we go.
There you go.
Because since his back was faced to the wall, Queenie's like, I gotta go behind you. There's nothing there, and he'll walk around you. Again, he always tends to do that while walking into.
So Rezo tried to fight the Kraken. He did not. He knew he was gonna lose. He tried to use Grid on the Kraken, did no damage, and so he's used 3 ball charges, and he still hasn't killed it here. So he's gonna 4 charges on this one Kraken because he let himself get way too low. This is actually really bad for Rezo.
Especially if he hits a bomb trap or something right now.
He needs to be checking the floor before he moves because he's a bad trap away from losing his run. If he does take a death here, we can probably call the game.
Yeah, without equipment, like... it's a Griffin walking in that room.
Yeah, this is bad.
And no, that was him. I thought that was a rise.
I paused and I thought he was getting sniped. I was like, oh no.
15 for Razor.
So
still gonna take one hit. Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, that's scary. So yeah, as I said, Krakens, even when you think you're safe, their crits are really gross. This can still go either way. If RFK is getting low, if he takes a bad trap or a bad crit, this could actually flip completely. Rezo coming up on a sleeping Griffin, he's gonna have to do something here. I think, yeah, you move your familiar, turn around, and you use the binding ball.
Yeah.
You can't walk into that room with the Griffin and 2 monsters following behind you. He does have the water ball, so when it gets down to fighting the 2 Griffins, he is actually fairly safe.
Ooh, Razor. Yeah, he did a misstep and he lost half of his HP from a Garuda. We're talking about how strong they can be.
And then 2 Mules coming his way. So this is what I was talking about, where even when you think you're safe, you're not. And despite that Rezo was in a really bad spot, it is actually looking almost as bad for RFK right now. Rezo's about to pick up that magic ball and head up the floor. He has a bunch of shields. I don't know why he's holding onto those. He's gonna throw away the +2 leather shield. He did not know.
Is crying. He doesn't understand why.
Yeah, Pula is crying inside. Rezo, application for the U-Boat Brotherhood, gonna get rejected right then and there.
Yeah.
We are seeing Razor make a good recovery here. 1 floor global lead on Rezo, but Rezo needs to hit 16 to take the win. Razor is going to move on up though. 17 now. He is fighting this Mule. It's going to be really difficult. It's a war of attrition here that I don't think he's going to win. His familiar is getting very low, I think within 1 hit. So yeah, he's going to have to binding ball.
Yeah, resources are coming out now.
It's good that he's burning them. 8 minutes left on the clock. He's got to use whatever he has and just make this a quick one. Peter Fruit, really good. He was getting low on MP. And we are seeing Razor hit the elevator train. So he's up on 17 now, which means Rezo has 4 floors, assuming that Razor died right now. But I think it's not unsafe to say that it's probably going to be an RFK win this round. So I think we are going to be Game 3, but anything can still happen.
Yeah, and we see here, again, another elevator. So Resonaire has to get floor 19.
Razor is doing a really good job of sniffing out the elevators, and Rezo is just unfortunately getting stalled out because of his lack of good weapon.
The Scarlet one made all the difference. Like, if he's taking 3 hits to deal with enemies, while Razor's taking 2 or even 1.
Yeah, both runners actually played almost exactly the same in that they both played very slow and steady despite that early setback. Neither of them kind of got into the mentality of like, I need to go. They're just like, I'm going to try and play it slow and safe. Probably a little bit of mentality change from doing some research. I know both of these runners generally do play on the slower and safer side, so if they both did some recon, saw that the other plays the same, they could both be in the mentality of like, oh, well, if I just play slow and safe, never die, and just, you know, get a steady floor count, I can probably win.
Oh, that dodge is nice.
Good dodge. Leather shield paying off.
Binding? Here. Yeah, definitely binding.
Rezo is closing the gap a bit, which is good. Dealing with the picket, Rezo probably with some PTSD from having his trained wand stolen from him.
Oh god, yeah, that was
but this is absolutely gonna come down to the wire here. Sleep ball pickup for Rezo. I think you really need to just go hard on it. You can't bring those resources into the next match.
Yeah, use what you can, get through what you can. Unfortunately, he's still taking 2 hits to kill a troll with a bowgun. Like,
and it takes 4 hits for him to kill the pickets, so he's getting stalled up. That is a Manoeva in the doorway that he needs to go through, so yeah, that's probably the right call here.
Wait, is it best of 3 or best of 5?
Best of 3. I think only the finals are best of 5, but we might actually want to check in with Sandite here, because it does have the 3 pips.
Let me check. Actually, I can just do this here, because I'm pretty sure it says on the challenge page.
Yeah, if this is best of 5, it kind of explains why they're playing slow and safe right now. Because you could be thinking you have a lot of games to go.
Well, in 4.5 minutes, Resonaire has to get up to floor 20 at least right now. It's best of 3. I'm pretty sure it's best of 3, because I'm pretty sure that...
Yeah, I thought I read that only the finals were best of 5.
Yeah. Because I don't think I have 5 hours worth of time if I agreed to that by accident.
Yeah, I also kind of went into this thinking it was only a best of 3. I mean, I can take the time, but I did not eat.
Oh,
my plan was to get McNuggies after this race. So, if you guys want me to get some McNuggies faster, you gotta root for this to end fast. Pray for my McNuggies, everybody. RFK is still in the lead because he is the one hitting the floors first, but Rezo is actually in a prime position here to take the lead. Coming up on the end of time, if Rezo can get ahead here, if he can just find that elevator a little bit quicker than RFK and hang on to that lead, he may take this right out from RFK's nose.
Mm-hmm. It might literally come down to just seconds.
Yeah, it might actually be, you know, who hits that last elevator first. Which is shocking because RFK basically has let a gargantuan lead kind of fall apart here. And not even because Rezo is like... actually need to ping Rezo here.
Rezo actually froze for a bit.
Gonna ping him. Oh, there we go. Okay. So he is still going. A little bit of internet issues on both sides. Scarlet Wand here, so that'll close the gap. But yeah, Rezo hasn't even been playing in go mode. He's been playing slow and safe and managed to just somehow catch up
the same room
deficit. Another high 5 here. This is the race of high 5s. But yeah, whoever hits the next elevator first may, in fact, just be the winner. If floor 20 is really rough and grindy.
Mm-hmm. I'm watching the timers.
Looks like RFK did bag.
Oh, we have the elevator on the right side.
Sees the elevator. If he can, he failed on the binding, but he does still have the sleep ball. He can. Yeah, he needs to just scoot around, hit that elevator, and he might... No, he's still grinding it out! Oh my god, no fire under these two. They're both taking it so slow when... I mean, neither of them knows that it's gonna come down to this, but...
We're less than 2 minutes now. And Razor takes the side path.
So Rezo is in the lead now in the last 2 minutes. Tournament says finals will be best of 5, but what about the third place?
I'm just gonna ping Sand Knight.
I did. I'm waiting for a response. He is at work, so... but yeah, it looks like Rezo is gonna snipe the win here. Against all odds, he might actually win. If this is best of 3, this is just gonna be the end of the tournament for Razor in a crazy upset.
Yeah, problem is, it's only 1:10 left now. That's Spider.
And Razor is done here on 19. He isn't even gonna see 20. So Rezo is gonna take this match. So we just need a confirmation on whether this is best of 3 or not.
I'm trying to... I should actually probably ask Razor. I'm pretty sure it's best of 3. I remember hearing that once. But thanks to Poulet, we're all extremely conflicted about what we actually know. Okay, Razor Flame saying it's best of 3. So I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I think everybody has been under the assumption that this is best of 3.
Okay.
Sand Knight, 7 stars. Okay, so it is best of 3.
Okay, so that means it's
I'm
done.
gonna trust RFK that he knows what he's talking about, which means that is in fact the end of this tournament set.
Yep. We got our bronze medal match, and we can't. Like, you saw how close it was in game 2. Like, you can't say like, like Resonaire dominant. No, it was he managed to find a Scarlet Wand the first re-entry of the first seed. On the second seed, they were literally like 30 seconds apart from each other, and they took one different thing. So like, it's ridiculous on how close this got.
Yeah, so they are not going to be doing a friendly third today, but they did both agree to an interview. If you want to shoot them, the link will get them in here. I think we're going to have a lot to talk about.
Yes, I'm just going to click this. I don't know if it might look weird on the thing because we have to like stop the audio so nothing bleeds. Okay, cool. That's done. So yeah, it should shoot them the link.
Another
and
shout out to my boy Poulet, who is in the chat today. What's up, man?
Well,
good to see you. Okay, so both our runners in here. Before we even get into anything, I want you guys to understand how actually insane that last match was.
21-20.
No. Okay, listen, man. So you both left on 13. RFK, you actually were in the lead after you both left on 13. So you winded out with a good inventory. Rezo actually died on 13. He restarted with nothing. And then you both slow played the second match. And RFK, you held the lead just about the entire match. And Rezo caught you. You were both struggling on 19. And he got the elevator and you did not. It was like seconds away.
It was 30 seconds or so difference between both.
It is unbelievable how insanely close that match was. You were
2020.
Yeah. It was ridiculous as well because Razor, everything you did, like you got hurt by so many traps, so many things just getting in your way, and the difference was this Resonaire's second climb is he just took a different route.
Yeah,
There's a lot of traps that he missed that you hit, and you were able to fight your way through with the Scarlet Wand that you managed to retain. But
yeah, he had a huge deficit in that he only found another Scarlet on 19, and up until that point, he was using a -1 sword, a -1 shield, and so he was like basically grinding his face against it, and so it seemed pretty like we were so confident that you had that second game. And
I thought myself it was a total as soon as I died and I lost everything 20-something minutes in, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have fun with this now.
Well, I actually found a +2 leather shield.
Yes,
you found
threw it
the
away.
+2 iron, and then you found the +2 leather, and Rezo, the leather shield you dropped was actually the +2 leather.
Dang it, at that point I definitely should have switched.
Yeah.
Also, the other thing as well is Rezo found a +2 copper shield, meaning all 3 shields used this game were at natural +2.
It was actually insane.
Actually, I also found the +2 steel shield.
Yeah, it was
wow,
friggin' bonkers. Like everything was +2. It was wild, and so that's why we were so confident that RFK was probably going to take this because you're both slow playing it, and so if he was slow playing with a Scarlet Wand versus a -1 sword, it was so locked. But then you just had really bad luck with monster density and traps, which let Rezo catch up, and then literally just in the last minute he managed to find that elevator, and you got trapped in the corner, and that was it.
Actually, I wasn't trying to slow play. I was up until about till floor 10. I slow played, but then after that, I actually wasn't trying to slow play. I was trying to go up quickly because I was at 42 minutes at that point.
Yeah,
well, I think slow play is a bad phrase to use there because you were feeling everything, which causes obviously to be a little bit slower. But the thing is, you were straight up just murdering everything, and I appreciate
that. Well, that's because most of the things that most of the time they were in my way. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have a way around them.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a question from the chat for RFK. Why did you win Crystal out so early in the first game?
I win crystalled out because cursed wooden wand, and then finding the second fireball, but mostly because of the cursed wooden wand.
I'm pretty sure that was the reason, and thanks for confirming that, because it was, the curse really sets you back if you linger too long with the
and apparently, I was told that I win crystaled out 15 seconds after you guys said I should.
Yes, pretty much. Like,
it was really early. It was like Rezo he lost his familiar immediately. Like he got high roll crit by a flame on floor 2 in his first fight, and he was just like, screw this. And he took the death, and then he came back in and like immediately found a huge steel shield and scarlet wand in the same room. And we were like, holy cow, and we called it out, and we're like, RFK is in a bit of a bad spot. He'd probably be best like just bumping out. But there was like no really like tangible need to, and then you did, and we were like, oh, that's surprising.
Yeah. Also, the other thing as well is, like we said, Reza found the Scarlet Wand on the first re-entry of the first game. You went the wrong path.
Yeah.
You got the Life Wand eventually. I believe it was the first game. I can't remember anymore. That's the second game.
First game, I believe I actually ended up finding a Scarlet Wand somewhere else.
Yeah, but there was one on like floor 3 or something on the second entry. Like, it was very quick to find Resonaire.
Yeah, but the main attraction for the first match was the 7 or 8 magic balls.
Yeah,
almost all of which were really good.
Yep.
Until I cornered myself in an impossible situation after I'd already used the acid rain.
Yeah. That's the thing is we're making a comment to like, this is a game where you don't know when resources are extremely useful. You used everything exactly when you should have, and then you need those same resources just a little bit after. It's like when you use a holy bell, but then you spawn into a room with a horrible thing. It's like, well,
did I actually have a holy bell in my inventory when
you had a holy scroll you could have used?
Well, you had a holy scroll at one point, and there was another where you had a holy bell.
But
it was
in the first match, floor 15. I'm just curious. I'll have to watch the match back to see if I actually had a holy bell. If I had a holy bell, I should have used it, or a holy scroll.
I don't think of a holy, but I know you had a holy scroll, I believe. But the thing is, it's definitely one of those things where you can be really tunnel visioned onto what is the right decision. And you
Rezo.
We actually commented quite often on quite a few games as well.
Yeah, but that first match, I probably could have made it to the top if I hadn't cornered myself like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, it was definitely a good seed for the.
You both had like super stacked inventories. I think I called out Rezo was getting a little greedy at times with how.
Oh yeah.
Like there was one point where you were in a room and we're like, okay, you should acid rain this, and you used a binding charge and some other stuff, and I was like, you have 3 charges, man. You don't need to save them. And
I ended up using it though, so
yeah.
You don't know when resources are useful, but we have to make a comment on. And this is something that broke our hearts.
Yeah. So how did it feel getting the +2 trained one, sitting on the C seat, and then losing it to the picket?
Twice.
That was the most horrendous feeling ever, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Those damn pickets, guys.
A train one was found?
So,
okay, it was the bell wrong.
No, he ended up spawning into a barong on 16, and he already had a stacked inventory, so we were like, oh, well, he's not going to chase it. But then he stopped and was like, I'll play the casino. And he got the trained wand almost immediately, despite having the scarlet wand, and then got the red sand on top of it, found another red sand, found a C seed, so he was in a prime position to actually just swap to water once he was like past the wind floors, and then swap to the train wand, and he would have had like a way easier time. and he had to picket steal it the first time. He found the picket and got it, and then it stole it again. But this time he was gonna have to like chase it across the map, and he had to give it up.
Yeah, but we watched it go off in the distance, and all of
Yeah,
our
and believe you guys, I was thinking hard about it, man. It was pressing on my chest.
I was
go after it, man.
I said it. I probably would have chased it down. For the detriment of my run, I would have been like, "No, I want this."
Come on, the train one and then 2 red sands. How the heck
Dude,
do I?
it was destiny, man. It
Well,
was crazy.
I kind of figured that after I died on 15, I was at like 35 minutes in. I probably wouldn't be able to catch up.
Yeah, it was really tight both games.
It's interesting about how similar you both play. Like you both on the floor. You take out the treasure loop. You both use it. You both head out the same exit. You both.
Dude, you guys would be amazed how many times you high-fived in that second game. Like you guys were literally on floor 10 in the same room grinding at the same time. It was wild.
And I was on top of that on floor 19. There's weird terrain, like a big bump in the middle of the room. You're both in there with the last 30 seconds before Resonaire decided to go the opposite route. It was like you were both there. It's like you're both so close to the elevator, and we're just there going, it's like, who's gonna find it first? Because you explored every other floor.
Dude, it was you guys really have to go back and watch these matches.
I absolutely want to.
I'm really curious. Since you both ended up having to leave on 13, were you both playing with the mentality that you were behind? Like,
absolutely.
Especially Razor, I'm curious because you had a pretty stacked inventory, even though you winded out. Like you were in a really good position, but I feel like if I was in your position, I would still feel like I was behind.
Yeah, I left on 13 25 minutes. I didn't feel behind then. When I got back to 10 around, or whenever it was like 45 minutes in and I was still pretty low, that was when I started feeling behind and started just giving up stuff and going straight to elevators.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, what's actually kind of goofy is after that floor 19 hidden elevator that was missing across everywhere, there's a small elevator train right after that. It was just... Resonaire managed to hit like 3 of them in a row or something. He's on floor 23 now, and it only took him like a minute.
Yeah, I got lucky with the last 3 elevators. The second race. The second race, first time in, I felt so good. Scarlet won early, a good shield. I thought we were gonna rock all the way like a crazy all the way up to 40 race. As soon as I died, I thought that was it. Like, okay, these many resources, I end up dying just because I'm dumb. And how the heck am I gonna win this one? So yeah, I just took my time. I tried to be somewhat, risky and tried to try and be fast, but I had no hope at all when I was going through the second race that I stood a chance to win. Honestly,
I'm actually a little curious because you kind of played really greedy in the sense that in the first game you were like, I don't need a win crystal, and it paid off for you. But the second game, I kind of would like to know what led up to you getting killed on 13, because you had, I believe, the second time you still had the win crystal. I think you did have one. And
I
other resources, but I feel like you probably yeeted the familiar by mistake. But then why swing? Like what went into that?
To be honest, I thought I was going to kill him. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm usually pretty risky when it comes to the last hitting kind of deal.
Yeah, I think you both are very.
Yeah, like I think I kill him with 1, he won't kill me. He won't crit. I won't miss. Come on, things like that go through my mind very often.
Play the odds.
Yeah, I play the odds, and obviously, it came out to bite me because I was in front of a kraken and a volcano. This is where not only was I risking it, but I was risking it because I wasn't actually sure I was if I was gonna hit the kraken and kill it. I'm not sure if that last shot was gonna be enough to kill it after a flame ball, or if it wasn't. And if it wasn't, I was dead anyway. If it did, then I could have survived the volcano with some other things or whatever. I had a bunch of things. I think I had a holy something or holy scroll, or I had an Olim. I don't know. I had plenty of stuff.
You had the resources to play it safe.
It was just me being risky in a dumb way. And
Dude,
and that's why I felt so bad.
You're preaching to the choir, man. I am like the king of dying to this won't one-shot me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you said Rezo died on floor 2 from a flame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You-
So in the very first
Well,
game.
I've actually in one of my practices, I died on floor 2 to a flame as well. So
It's the worst. You have to use the fireball if you were to survive them. Queenie cannot do enough damage, and they do too much damage to you.
Yeah.
Or no, they're only dangerous on level 1 if you're both on level 1. If
Yeah,
you're
like if you spawn into a room with one, you have to use a fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost.
The first match, I think the second time, and I actually took the time to explore all floor 1, and there actually was, or most of floor 1, and there was an Olim on floor 1.
Yep, which
really?
Resonaire actually saw and actually ignored.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was like on to the right of the elevator or something, right?
Yep.
They just didn't want to go for it.
Yeah,
but
I felt bad.
I think it was the up. I went up, and then I didn't go left, and that was probably where the Scarlet Wand was.
I believe so.
Possibly.
Because I went up like to the room, and then I went back down because I believe the path was forward was down.
We definitely have to check the VOD again. I don't know the exact directions. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure the Scarlet Wand was on floor 2 or floor 3, if I recall.
Oh, okay, no. If that was the case, then I found it very. But I'm not sure if you noticed, but I actually didn't equip. There was one thing I didn't equip until after I could truth blast it because of what happened in the first round.
Yeah.
Curious, yeah. The one last question I want to have answered before we end the stream. See, it's not a problem for Razor Flame. This is entirely to Resonaire. Why the hell do you hold on the win seeds?
Yes! Oh my god, dude, you were making me crazy in that first game. You threw so many items away that I would have kept over that win seed, but you kept hanging on to it.
I like wind seeds because it's in my mind. If I'm running fire, it's a safe play. You know,
No,
it's like for me, it's like an elite.
You ignored.
Got rid of a Mahel.
Yeah, but I still like the Mahels. Yeah, I would have think the Mahel or a Wind are pretty much equal, but I don't know
Oh
at
my
that
gosh.
point.
Oh my
In my priority of items, I would stack them both in like lower tier helpful stuff. And very likely incorrectly, both of them together as lower tier.
You had 2 of them in your inventory.
I think
yeah.
first match I kept 2 Mahels and 1 or 2 wins in my inventory for a while as well.
Yeah, but you got rid of them when you came
Yeah,
across.
you got rid of them, and then the second game, I think you held on to 2 win seeds for quite a while, and I was like, they're doing it just to mess with you.
No, I honestly do think of him a little bit like Olin. Like in a sense, I'll win anything. I'll be able to kill it without it killing me. Obviously, you still have to fight. You'll take some damage, but eventually it means I survive. And the other thing is that I'm really, I'm not knowledgeable at all when it comes to fusing. Like I'm always very lackluster when it comes to understanding what fusions I should take advantage of. Sure, I mean, the very basic like cycle and half MP, sure, but then the more advanced, you can do this trick and that trick, I have no clue. And when that happens, I do like keeping some elemental seeds just in case, if
That makes
screw
sense.
up,
Yeah.
The only fusion thing I know is Palumpa plus CUNY equals water CUNY.
Pretty much, yeah. The
One.
way it works, very briefly, to touch on it for anyone watching the VOD later and we don't give them the answer, is the triangle still matters. So if you have a wind creature fusing with a water creature, a water creature with a fire creature, the water will always win.
Okay.
So if you had, let's say, a water cyclone and you fuse it into Queenie would then turn water.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, the ones.
Wind loses the fire, so therefore every time you fuse a wind creature to it, you're just passing on the trait and you're leaving the genus alone for Queenie.
Yeah,
But there is, and usually whoever's higher level will keep its shape, correct? With the
yes.
exception of CUNY.
Yes, but if they both have the exact same experience, like if you both hatch them, never touch them, you wanted to change it, you take one step and it changes who the recipient of keeping that form is going to be.
Oh,
The
the
one thing to note though is CUNY will always come out from a fusion as
Yes.
CUNY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's story.
Whereas Yeah, the opposite is true for high CUNY.
Yeah, so in a
Oh.
speedrun setting, the only eggs that you would ever really look to fuse are like Clown, Arachne, Block, or Picket. Like something to bump your main familiar if you're like, I just want to be safe and you have the time. You can kind of
Right.
do that, but generally,
Yeah.
you don't really
Okay,
want to.
so Clown because of double magic, Cyclone because of the less MP.
You actually normally like in this set you did, and it was good because you were in a position where
Where he had to be fighting a lot. Yeah.
you were fighting a lot. MP was going to be a huge constrictor, but generally like you only want the ones that are going to double your like primary stats.
Okay.
So attack, defense, speed, or the Palumpa to get the element.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So in this case, it could have been either Arachne for the strength, Block for the defense, or
Clown for the double magic or Cyclone for half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic level.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The one thing I did do in the first match was I hatched U-boat because U-boat is good.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You found a U-boat on the first match? God,
You
okay.
never identified the egg. He held it the entire time.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, I hatched it because it has the scout ability, which acts just like star glasses.
Yeah, and it's so crucial. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. We're basically gonna do we'll pop into the general call to Azure Dreams Discord chat afterwards if anyone wants to. But thank you so much for competing and entertaining us. Again, I will plug the runners here.
GG's.
You guys played really well. Definitely go back and watch these games. They're so close. It's insane.
And you guys, for basically, this is again like not saying it as a down thing. It's like this is the Stars tournament. These are people who have never really speedrun the game before or do not have a sub-hour time. This was the bronze medal match. So congratulations to both of you for getting this far. That is a phenomenal feat.
Yeah, I do want to say that in practice I did get a sub-hour time, but
well, you already entered the tournament, so you can't be kicked out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Anyway, everyone take care. Thank you again, Dreamy, for helping me commentate.
Thank you. It was a joy.
We might need to figure out a plan for best of 5.
That's going to be
interesting there. Because we might have to have teams of commentary to do 5 hours.
Tag team.
So everyone take care, and we'll see you later.
GG Razor, GG everybody. Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.